Meanwhile, Pepper goes into her hooker act.
Look at it this way. Where else can you get paid so good for lying down on the job?
$200,000? You're insane.
Everybody seems to agree on that.
Just exactly what kind of work are you into?
I'm a specialist in sexual dysfunction.
Police, freak! Politics, while naturally important to me, rates second. And I'll be honest with all of you, a very distant second to my true love, my family. And now I'd like you to meet my beautiful wife of 10 years, the mother of our 3 children, Renee.
This pre-recorded message paid for by the Andrews for Governor Committee.
Miss Hillary and Sal's residence. Yes, she is. Just a moment, please.
Oh, in fact, if I was doing your office, Michael. He's really good. I said, they're very flat. Mr. Andrews, what a pleasant surprise.
I had some spare time this evening, and I thought that perhaps Lorelei might be available.
Lorelei? Lorelei has an engagement. Maybe Danny Summers might.
No, it must be Lorelei.
Oh, very well. Tomorrow evening, then. Discipline?
8:30?
8:30 would be just fine. Good night. Sleep warm.
Pepper, you hurry with the pants. They're going to be here in a minute.
I know, I'm trying, Bill. I'm not very good at this, I told you. I'm sure glad I found my old sewing kit, though. Oh, it looks great. I love yellow and white. It's fantastic. Merry Christmas?
You know how hard it is to find a sign that says Happy 6 Years on the Force Pep?
I'll buy that.
Besides, that's all he had.
Where are we going to get a tree? Oh, there's my sewing kit. I'll hurry, Bill. I'm sorry.
Anyway, like I was trying to tell you, I'll pick you up at 3:30 tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Is there an echo in here?
Tomorrow is a legal holiday. I'm not going near the department.
See what I tell you, huh?
Well,
don't let him in.
Well,
Fix the pants.
What am I going to tell him, that I moved?
Happy anniversary!
Oh, you weren't supposed to bring any presents.
Oh, how chic, Crowley.
Oh, wow. I haven't been.
Gee, your mom is so funny.
I agree with you. Oh, pardon me. Hi, how are you? Oh, no, I told you no presents.
Excuse me. Is this, these
No,
yours?
it's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, if we interrupted,
I'm fixing.
I brought
See
my
the zipper.
zipper.
I understand.
Yeah, the zipper.
If we interrupted, we'll,
No, I'm almost finished. It's a Harriet. Come over here. Let's get our food.
We'll tell the boys back.
Come on, let's have
You waiting for a bus?
Hey, William, do me a favor, will you please?
What?
Save me the last waltz.
Hi, Pep.
I got the deviled eggs. It's so cool. Anyway, wait on the beef stroganoff. Get something to
Those are
drink
fat.
first.
Don't eat too many of those. Harriet,
Sorry, I don't have any caviar, but you know
just shut
how
up,
it is.
please,
Yeah.
please hurry with the
I'm
pants.
trying. I am
All right,
not
now,
very
about
good
tomorrow.
at this. Read my lips. I am off.
Diamonds, lots of diamonds.
I'm on.
That's what I thought. I'll pick you up at 3:30. I'll take you personally to stolen property.
Talk some more about the diamonds.
Sit down.
Convince me.
We're gonna get diamonds. At private property, we're gonna get lots and lots of diamonds. Diamond rings, diamond pins, diamond brooches.
More.
Yeah, so. Then I got little jobs. Bleed on the pants.
I'm sorry.
Then I got a little job for you.
Do I have to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
You and the diamonds are gonna pay a little visit to Hilary LaSalle.
Is that a name or an entry in the Grand Prix?
That's a madam.
Madam, isn't that something for advice?
Ordinarily, yeah, but in this case,
I bet I know who it is.
Very interesting.
You see.
For you.
Oh,
Happy
thank
anniversary.
you. Come on in, everybody. Oh, come hi. Oh, I didn't know you'd all show up.
what?
I don't care what anyone says, you wear that.
Yeah.
Although, I think a little hibiscus would be very nice behind the left ear.
Pep, I think
Covers
there's
the grin.
Peter, I think there's a bowl of avocado and peanut dip.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir.
Hey,
It's
Pep.
fantastic. I think I love it the best of all. Isn't this fantastic?
Would you get it, Eileen?
Look, oh, here, Eileen. Would you put it over on the...
Why don't you make yourselves drinks? I got something for your hostess to do. Sit down.
All right, I'm trying.
Well, let's finish this.
Okay, now,
I'll talk
you know
and you
what? You're the hit of the party.
Yeah?
I've got some earrings upstairs that'll go great with that outfit.
Earrings with a hibiscus? Are you mad?
Now, what is that about, madam?
Yes, madam. You're right. Ordinarily, it would be a job for advice, but in this case, it's a kicker. Blackmail.
Oh,
We got a letter today from a John who said that Hilary LaSalle has been taken in for a lot of bread.
who?
Anonymous.
Why didn't we ask him to the party?
Yeah. I'll talk you so, okay? Anyway, we've lifted a full set of prints from the letter, and CII is checking it out.
Meanwhile, Pepper goes into her hooker act.
Look at it this way. Where else can you get paid so good for lying down on the job?
Bad.
Green thread?
It'll go with your earring. I gotta get the door.
Who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Wrong.
Charlie?
Hey, Doc, how are you? Hey, good to see you. Hey, how are you?
Are you wearing pantyhose too?
I warn you, Doc. One word, you're going to be performing your own autopsy.
Oh, no. I wasn't going to say a thing, honestly. Ma'am?
Pepper? Excuse me. Pardon me. Hey,
You know, it's all right. No, let's save the cake till later, all right? That'd be nice. It's delicious.
Isn't that good?
I got it. Oh,
Just give me the pants. I'll pen them. I don't care if they're...
They're finished. The only trouble is the zipper works only one way.
What is that?
Miss Van Buren to see you.
Van Buren. Not Dear Abby.
No, Paula.
Oh, yes, that's the girl that Lucy Stonecipher recommended.
I don't like that Stonecipher woman. She's got no class.
Oh, Celia, don't be such a snob. You can't judge our colleagues like that.
She ain't no colleague of mine.
Here, let Miss Van Buren in.
Mr. South, Miss Van Buren.
Paula.
Oh.
And it's Mrs.
Ah, yes. Lucy did tell me you were married. And she did say something very strange, too.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Lucy's so dingy. What did she say?
That you were happily married.
Oh, well, yes, that's true. Whatever else Lucy is, she's a reliable gossip.
I see. Well, in my business, that's good to know. You do see why I thought it was strange, though.
What, for a happily married woman to want to do a little extracurricular hooking?
Oh, please don't say that word. It's horrendous. Bad for the morale.
Okay, what else do you call it?
Moonlighting?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only available for day work.
Oh, that's too bad.
Why?
Well, we cater to the tired businessman. And they usually only get tired around, when the sun's over the yardarm.
I see you've known a few sailors.
Yachtsman, honey. There's a difference. It's called Dun and Bradstreet. Have you ever been a working girl?
On the street?
I mean on call.
No. To tell you the truth, this would be, if you would pardon the expression, my maiden effort. Of course, once in a while, there's been a little quid pro quo, maybe, for a couple of weeks in the Caribbean, that sort of thing, but no money ever changed hands, no.
Then why now?
Bills. I'm afraid I'm a credit card junkie. My husband's a customer's man, good address, big front, but you know how the stock market's been lately.
Those diamonds are not exactly chopped liver.
Those diamonds are not exactly paid for. We were sinking very quietly, and somebody had to do something.
What about your husband?
He won't know, and he knows better than to ask.
Well, then I guess we're set. Just one little formality. This is Julie.
How do you do?
Julie Buck. He's our security officer. And he doubles in brass sometimes, too. He helps me with the recruiting. I do the office interview, and he does the field test. You'll be graded on attitude, aptitude, enthusiasm, coordination, physical ability, and, well, maybe most important of all, imagination. Our clientele is very discerning. They pay us very well for our services, and we don't want to disappoint them. I'm sure you understand.
Oh.
Well, Julie?
Sure, Hillary, but if you want me to be here for your friend's appointment, you got to remember, these things take time.
Oh, yes, I forgot the appointment. Mr. P. Well, I want you here for that one. How about tomorrow afternoon, same time?
Oh, perfect. I'll be here.
Here, I'll show you out.
I know the way. $12Y50. $12Y50.
50. Yeah, what's up, Pep?
Well, A, it was fun. B, it's a fancy house. Accent, fancy. C, she's a madam, all right. The whole thing's a real Park Avenue operation. And, footnote, I passed the office interview.
I never doubted you would. Pep, you came through loud and clear on the Fargo.
Then you know all I have left is the field test.
Yeah, how about that?
Hey, Bill, come to think of it, if that 250-pound beach boy hadn't had an appointment, you'd have let me go through with it, wouldn't you?
Well, you know, Pep, it's probably just as well he was busy because that'll give us a chance to get together tonight and concentrate on your aptitude, coordination, physical ability, and most especially your imagination. What do you say?
I don't think I'm going to have to work too hard on my imagination. Too bad you couldn't see that gorgeous hunk of beach boy on your Fargo.
Pepper, listen. Pete called in. The prints on the blackmail note have been traced to a banker named Cromwell.
Yeah?
They're bringing him in. I'll race you back to the barn.
Mr. Patrick, you people just don't know how to take no for an answer.
And you people just don't understand the advantages of doing business with us.
Advantages? We do all the work and you get half the money? What's the advantage of that?
Protection. You see, with us, you never have to worry about the heat.
Oh, come on. You've been watching The Late Show again. That was a bad line when Bogey said it. Of course, you wouldn't know that. You were just a kid, strong-arming blind pencil peddlers.
Oh, Hillary, Hillary, Hillary. You know, you got a beautiful, beautiful set of caps. Now, how would you like to pick them up out of the carpet?
Subtle, subtle. Look, for the last time, I do not want to put in with the organization. I'm old-fashioned, a small-town Republican independent businesswoman. I believe in free enterprise, and I'm not greedy. Good food, good fur, a little travel, and something to put aside for my old age.
Which you'll never see if you don't get wise.
Get out of here.
Are you Sergeant Crowley?
That's right.
My name is Cromwell. I was told to come here.
Yes, Mr. Cromwell. Have a seat, please.
Look, I have very little time.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. So just take a seat, please. This won't take long.
Now, what's this all about?
Well, we'd like to talk to you about this letter you sent us.
What letter?
This letter, sir.
So? I never wrote this letter. I've never seen this before.
Mr. Cromwell, you might as well have signed it. Your fingerprints were all over the original.
If I could have some water.
Oh, of course.
Why didn't you sign it, Mr. Cromwell?
Well, obviously, I didn't want to get involved.
Hello, darling. How are you?
Hello, Hillary.
Draw me a bath, please. I'll be up shortly.
Oh, it's time for me to catch
Now
my
listen,
bus.
the bus leaves every 20 minutes. And by the way, put back that piece of china before you leave. It's a good thing she knows how to make a bed. If she had to depend on her toting, as my dear grandmother used to say, she'd starve to death.
Her stealing. How about you, Hillary?
I'm a businesswoman. And you do have something for me, don't you? Oh, don't get so panicky, Mr. Andrews. There's nobody here but Danny and Lorelei and me. Girls are all at the Excelsior.
Big night on the town for your ladies.
Oh, a big space convention. Your therapist is waiting. This is enough for the treatment, but nothing on account?
On what account?
On account of your campaign, Assemblyman.
You seem to have all the answers.
Your discipline tonight will be in the governor's suite. You know where that is. Why not aim for the top? With your smile and my discretion, you may make it yet. Such a bad boy.
Hillary LaSalle's been blackmailing you.
She had been, yes.
What does she have on you, sir? I mean, it's not uncommon for a banker or a politician, businessman to frequent a brothel. What has she got on you?
I have a tendency towards masochism.
I see. I've heard that she specializes in offbeat sex.
She has pictures. Pathetic. Grown man being beaten and enjoying it.
Who did she plan to show these pictures to? Your wife?
My wife? Yes. You see, my wife was very ill these past few years. She died recently. And it's over now.
What would you like for us to do with this information, Mr. Cromwell?
I'm not the only one. Hillary keeps a record. A regular who's who in big business. Names, dates, preferences.
Trick book.
What?
They call it a trick book.
This one must be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
Mr. Cromwell, would you be willing to testify against her? Before you answer that, let me tell you something. Once you go into court, all these details become a matter of public knowledge. Would you be willing to testify?
Yes.
Well, Hill, old girl, you may be damned, but the road to hell is some kind of freeway. What are you doing here? Get out of here. What are you doing? Are you crazy? Don't do that.
Would you tell me exactly what did take place when you got here this morning?
Well, I went to her bedroom. 9 o'clock.
I guess we'll never know how your field test will turn out.
Stay on top of the ladies, and when you get that report, you check back here, okay?
Joe?
Yeah, we talked to security people. They say that anybody can get in the service center, just all they needed was a key.
Okay, if McKnight calls,
I
I'll
got
be
it,
in the
man.
back.
I'm calling the police. Right away.
Right away,
yeah.
yeah. Did you suspect anything when you first got here? I mean, was there anything unusual that,
No, there wasn't
going on?
anything unusual. I just called.
You didn't happen to find her trick book, did you?
No, just these, though. Looks like love notes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, really? So that was,
Typed love notes?
Yeah, looks like they all were typed. Maybe he had reason to type them.
Neither of these have Hillary's name. Neither of them have signatures.
Yeah, that's what this has, too. This might be something. A reference to an Emily, as our friend Emily might have put it. Our love is like, etc., etc., etc.
This one has a reference to an Emily, too. It says, I spent half the night talking about you with Emily.
Looks like he might have had another lady friend of sorts. Confidant, whatever.
Whatever.
We better find out who Emily is.
Well, you turned her up. You find out who she is.
How long you been working for Miss LaSalle?
About 8, 9 months.
How'd you meet her?
One of the girls I was going with, she introduced us.
Who? I asked you who.
I don't remember.
Well, you tell us under oath.
Hey, am I under oath?
That's Lorelei Frank, Hillary's star performer.
Yes. After I'd finished, she had gone.
Appointment?
Patient, client. Take your pick. You mind if I smoke?
Yes, I do.
It's too bad.
They're gonna get you before I do.
She's a real beauty, isn't she?
Just exactly what kind of work are you into?
I'm a therapist.
Oh, yes, far out. Are you a therapist, too?
Am I? She's what we call a lay therapist. I'm a specialist in sexual dysfunction.
And you have papers and diplomas.
Oh, yes. A BA in English Lit and a master's in fine arts.
Your client, what was his name?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You know that cute one that
Our
was...
services are highly confidential. We never reveal the correct name.
Well, but surely you recognize your patients sometimes.
Oh, yes, but then we have to be discreet. Ours is a business that is built on trust.
We have some love letters to your boss. You know anything about them?
No.
You?
No, no.
See, in a couple of them, there's a mention of an Emily. You know any Emily?
No. No, I never heard of one.
Any other of her fellow therapists or friends named Emily?
None of them. I know this may seem a little hard to believe, but Hillary didn't have very many friends. At least none that we knew about. She was a very private person.
I sure hope that blonde doesn't smoke. I'd hate to see anything happen to her lungs.
Look, how could I see her? I was at the hotel all night.
With the girls?
Well, sort of like to protect him, you know? I mean, some of these old goats, they get a little enthusiastic. I just stick around in case the girls need any help. Hey, no strong arm stuff. I went out with narrow lapels.
Well, you must wear a lot of old clothes, buddy. Says here that you were picked up for aggravated assault 8 months ago.
Doesn't it also say that the collar didn't stick?
You could have left the hotel without anybody knowing and returning, couldn't you?
Look, I was at the hotel.
Okay. What about the girls? Were they all present and accounted for at the hotel last night?
Yeah, sure.
Are you sure about that?
No, wait a minute. One of them was missing.
Emily?
Emily who?
Okay, who was it?
Our Japanese girl, Princess Hanako. Hey, it's just as well. She's getting to be a royal pain anyway.
Get both these tapes on paper as soon as possible.
I doubt they'll tell us much.
Well, this tells us we better start looking for Miss Hanako.
Princess.
Not bad.
You see those biceps?
Yeah, but he's got little feet.
The body of Hillary LaSalle, one of California's most prominent and successful madams, was found submerged in her bathtub. Lying in the water next to her was a hairdryer which someone had possibly tossed into the water. The body was found at about 10 o'clock this morning at LaSalle's plush establishment in Wildwood Estates, where the police are now in the process of rounding up and questioning all of the murdered madam's girls. Miss Celia Jackson, the dead woman's maid, arrived for work and brought a breakfast tray up to the victim's bedroom. Miss Jackson immediately phoned police. Also being questioned is a bouncer named Julius Buck.
I'll leave Buck's story, Bill. What do you think?
I think you'd have to be awfully stupid to go knocking Hillary off. For him, that was a pretty good job. Now if that'll work, you know what I mean?
Yeah, did you see the reaction I got from him when I talked to him about jumping out of the hotel?
You gotta remember, you're not dealing with a mental giant here. His brains have slipped down to his deltoids.
Yeah, if you say so.
Hey, listen, see what you can pick up on this Julie Buck. Get in there and dig. I just feel he knows a lot more than he's telling us.
Got it.
Hey, Pep.
Here, Hefe. Have you noticed since women's lived there are no clean cups?
First Roger and now Hefe. I think you're ready for a vacation, kid. I'll take that.
Oh.
Would you settle for 2 weeks in Eagle Rock?
Definitely.
Or, I got a freebie in the mail this morning, compliments of Pete Royster. Dinner for two at the Apple Valley Poon and Avocado Rancho. How about that?
I hear it's pretty good. Isn't that down the road from Dale and Roy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go there sometime.
Did you know that they had Trigger stuffed?
With what? Don't answer that. Here's the lab report on the fingerprints from the love letters. Because of the porous nature of the paper, no prints of sufficient quality emerged. Smudges.
That's great.
And no Hanako, no Emily.
Well, we're off to a flying stop. What's your conclusion, Dr. Watson?
Well, the problem is, it's too simple. The killer thief was someone who was being blackmailed by the victim and wanted the book, or by someone who wanted the book and the business.
And
what?
the biggest prize of all, the blackmailing concession.
No, I can't wait. Now, you got to get over here right now. Listen, Julie, they're going to be here any minute. Now, please, I have to see you now.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, cool it. Just give me time to take a shower.
She was married.
Yes, Mary. Now, here's a trip. Tell Bill that Julie Buck and Hilda Schlager, a.k.a. Hillary LaSalle, were married last week in Reno. Right. Well, they wanted to keep it a secret, but they were partying with a couple of hookers from their ranch in Searchlight, and the whole group was busted on disorderly conduct.
Some wedding party.
Hey!
don't yell.
Officer! This is really a trip, Pep. I'm gonna get a parking ticket if I don't split.
Wait a minute, don't hang up. What'd you find out about Princess Hanako?
Japanese hooker. Well, I just talked with the landlady, and she said that the last time she saw her was yesterday at noon. I got a split, Pep. I'll see you.
Officer! Officer!
Lorelei? Well, if it isn't Mr. America. Where's Lorelei?
She's split. Where's the book?
What book?
What book? Now look, don't play dumb with me, Muscles. I want Hillary's trick book, and you know where she kept it.
I don't know where it is. And even if I did, you'd never.
Oh, pardon me, Mr. Buck. I'd like you to meet a couple of associates of mine. This is Mr. O'Leary and Mr. Chaucer. Gentlemen, do whatever's necessary. Hey, calm down. Now, where's the book?
Did you make him?
Yeah, it's Buck, all right. What about the other guy?
Man says no ID.
Hey, Bill. I got an idea. Remember those Errol Flynn movies where he and Basil Rathbone or Claude Rains used to fence around the castle until one of them would run out of the balcony and dive into the moat?
Yeah, my mother told me about it.
Well, I figure that either Mr. X or Buck was in there looking for something, and Errol Flynn came in and caught him.
Looking for what, Lorelei?
Lorelei or the trick book missing from Hillary's.
Mm-hmm. Then what do you think happened?
Well, I think they got into a fight, and they both took a dive into the dry moat. What do you think?
I think you OD'd on the Late Late Show.
Sergeant Crowley.
Yeah.
This is Sergeant Crowley. With Mr. Meservey. He lives next door.
How do you do, sir? You live next door here, sir?
Yes, right next door.
Were you aware of any disturbance from this apartment?
Oh, Lord, yes. First I thought it was an earthquake. I've lived through 3 of those out here.
Did you see anything?
No, I was asleep during the big one in '71. It threw me out of bed.
No, sir. I mean, did you see any part of the fight?
No, I stood under an archway till it was all over. They say it's safer under an arch.
Yeah.
Now, did you see anything here later, like out in the hall?
Oh, well, I did open the door, yes, and 2 men were running toward the stairs.
Can you describe them?
Well, one was big and ugly, the other one slighter, but he was better dressed and had a piece of tape across his nose.
Here?
No, it was in Long Beach. We were living in Long Beach when the earthquake hit in '33. Oh, now there was really a day to remember. We all went down to the beach to watch a tidal wave. I mean, standing on a high dune, of course. Yeah.
How are you, Albert? You're looking very well with your long lashes and prominent ears and looking very tall.
Eglash. Michael Eglash, private investigator, retired, at your service. My friends call me Mike. I don't like this.
What?
Meeting in the open. Grass, fresh air, friends, reptilian and otherwise. Don't talk back to one. Perfect place for meditation. Besides doctor's orders since the pacemaker. Make yourself comfortable. This is my office. Now, what can I do for you, sir?
I want Hillary LaSalle's trick book before the police and the newspapers get it. And you said on the phone you could help me. Somebody has that book, and I want it. I want it very much.
How very much? $10,000, possibly? I just may be able to help you.
I'll go on the other side. You take this side. Miss Summers?
That's it. Keep coming. Get right over. That's good. Stay right there. Stay right where you are. Come on. What do you want?
Miss Summers, you're a material witness. Now, I warned you not to change addresses without notifying us. What the hell are you doing on this boat?
I'm not changing addresses. I'm just hiding out on my friend's boat. After Julie was murdered, I got scared. You can understand that, can't you?
What makes you think he was murdered?
Because somebody threw him off that balcony. Julie would never kill himself. Never.
Well, do you think that same somebody might have been looking for Hillary's trick book?
I don't know anything about that.
You wouldn't happen to have it, would you, Miss Summers?
I told you I don't know anything about that.
Tell us what happened to Lorelei.
I don't know what happened to Lorelei. I don't know anything about her.
What about this Japanese girl, Hanako? Where's she?
She had a beef with Hillary.
About what?
I don't know.
Do you know an Emily?
Emily. Everybody keeps asking me about an Emily. I don't know any Emily.
This is 10853 Delaware, isn't it?
Who are you? What do you want?
I know who I am. I also know you're not Celia Jackson.
Hey, look. Why don't you ask one of the other girls, huh?
Because you were Lorelei's best friend.
I wasn't her best friend. We were just friends.
Where is she from?
I don't know. Back east somewhere.
Where?
Vermont, Massachusetts, one of those college towns.
What? Wellesley, Bennington, where?
I don't remember.
Miss Pierce, isn't it?
I was married after that.
Whatever your name is, that's not important. What is important is that, may I? That history has a nasty habit of repeating itself. Criminal psychologists call it recidivism. It just means that a crook.
I ain't no crook.
No. I've heard that somewhere before. Well, it doesn't matter. You see, a crook commits the same crime over and over again. As a group, criminals don't have much imagination.
Mr. English.
English?
It's getting late. I wish you'd get out of here.
Oh, this won't take long. Where's the book?
She was broke. And she was drinking pretty heavily when we met. So I showed her how to do a few tricks, and She learned really fast.
She probably had natural aptitude and imagination. That's hard to come by.
Anyway, then we went with Hillary, and Lorelei began to specialize, handle the kinkier tricks, the ones who were into pain.
Did she discuss her tricks with you?
Oh, yeah, she talked about them. She even laughed about them. She thought they were stupid and ridiculous. She even thought they were pathetic. But you know what? I think she liked that. I think she liked hurting me. A little bit, anyway.
Did she ever mention any names to you?
Oh, yeah, sure. She talked about the snake and baby blue eyes.
Danny, we need real names.
You'd never use real names. That's no-no number one.
Several years ago, almost 20 in fact, this colleague, now deceased, then living in Chicago, had a very interesting case. He was hired by a prominent brothel keeper to recover her stolen trick book. It turned out to be in the possession of a young black maid who had been sacked by the madam for pilferage. Her name was Sarah Pierce.
I wasn't busted for that.
Oh, I know. The madam had a forgiving heart. She didn't relish the publicity, but she did make it clear that you were to get out of Chicago, right, Sarah?
All right, about this Hanako, the Japanese girl. Where is she?
Hanako? Oh, you don't think she really had anything to do with it, do you?
She's gone. You told me she had a beef with Hillary.
Hey, look, I don't know what it was about. I don't know anything about any of this, but whoever it is may think I do. I'm scared. Can I leave town? Get out of here, go back home?
Miss Summers, you're a material witness. I'm taking you into protective custody. I want you available.
I'm looking for a missing trick book. It would be worth, say, $2,000 to me, no questions asked.
You must be crazy, man. Insane.
Most people think so. $2,000. I'm willing to pay for it. There are others, I'm sure, are quite willing to kill for it. Good day, Sarah.
Who is it?
Avalon and her magic violin. You want to fiddle around?
Come on in. If I'd have known you were coming, I'd have put on something decent.
You're kidding? This was the last place I'd come.
Never mind.
What you up to?
Homework.
I should think you'd know these things by heart by now.
Love letters. A painting by a missing witness. There's something here, Bill. We just haven't found it yet.
Like what? Like Emily?
For one. Department shrink come up with anything?
Are you kidding? All they ever come up with is bad toilet training.
Oh, ye of little faith.
But we have.
Faith?
Nope. We have come up with something. Little information.
Well, go. What are you expecting, a famine?
We have identified the hood who fell off the balcony with Julie Buck.
Well, go on.
That should be worth a drink or something, shouldn't it?
So far, you've only earned a root beer.
He was a syndicate soldier, one of Leo Patri's troops.
5 bedrooms, a huge pool, a rumpus room that makes the polo lounge look like a wet bar. Almost room for a tennis court. Yeah, it's a beauty, Mrs. Gailey. And we can whittle him down on the price. He's in the middle of a terrible divorce. Good. I'll have Susan pick you up in the morning at 9:30. Not even married. Yes, Lois. My wife called? What else? Sergeant Anderson. Tell my wife I'll call her back. Send him in. Cops yet.
I'm Sergeant Anderson.
You're... I just said to Lois out there, send him in.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, I'm sorry I've kept you waiting.
No, it's all right.
Coffee?
No, thank you.
How about some yogurt? You know, it's good for my ulcers, you know, and it doesn't taste too bad either.
No, thank you.
I've got strawberry, raspberry.
No, I don't care for anything.
You sure?
I'm on duty.
Oh, what can I do for you?
I need your help, your expertise.
My expertise? You know, I've been accused of a lot of things in my time, but being an expert was not one of them.
I hear quite the opposite, that you're one of the most knowledgeable men in the business. And Mr. Brinker, I am working on the LaSalle murder case, and I need some...
Oh, yes, madam. You know, look, I get around a little, but I haven't met that particular lady.
No, that's...
You know, are you sure you don't want some yogurt? You know, you look like a pineapple girl.
No, thank you very much. I'll tell you what I do want. So, I have a painting here.
Yeah.
This is done by one of Miss LaSalle's girls, we think. And it's possible she also has been murdered. Now, it may be nothing, but...
But you like to check into everything.
That's right.
I don't know it. It's not us.
Us?
Southern California. You know, this area is choked with ersatz styles. Ersatz Spanish, Chateau, Tudor, even ersatz. This particular type, you know, with these double chimneys, square cupola, general feel, you know, I doubt you'd find it anywhere within 1,000 miles of here. You know, for one thing, it's built for cold winters.
Well, we've had a few. All right, Mr...
You know, Sergeant, I could be wrong. You know, I'm more of a hustler than an expert, but I've got a brother-in-law, Morris, the architect, a pain in the... You should excuse the expression, but a brilliant guy. Maybe if I show this to him, you know?
Oh, yeah, I'd appreciate it.
Can I keep this?
Yes, we have copies. Thank you.
Did you make that?
Yeah, but you drink too much coffee anyway. It's bad for your liver. Why don't you try some yogurt?
There's not enough caffeine in yogurt.
Listen, tell me, do I look like a pineapple girl?
Well, I don't know. If I had to describe you in fruity terms, I might say, some tomato or bananas for sure. Pineapple never won.
It's not important. I dropped off the picture.
Oh, what'd the guy say?
He'll show it to his experts and get back to us.
Crowley, yeah. Agua Dulce Canyon? Huh. Okay, listen, get us a chopper, will you? Seymour, we'll pay for it. When? Never mind, we could drive to Tahoe by then. Go powder your nose, we're gonna take a little trip to the desert.
How come we never get to go to Lake Tahoe? What was she doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
How the hell do I know? The DMV says the car's registered to Lorelei Frank.
Are you sure you know where you're going?
I always.
According to the map, we've already passed it.
Probably got it upside down. Couldn't have passed it, there'd be a sign.
Maybe it blew down.
Maybe. Hey, here we go.
What'd you find?
A sign.
Which way was it pointing?
I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute. pointing that way.
How do you know?
Well, because in these canyons, the wind always blows from the west. You can tell by the way the sign is weathered, it was pointing that way.
You're regular Sherlock Holmes.
That's right. Besides, I've been here before. Sergeant Crowley.
Sergeant, I'm Budge, partners from Ramirez.
Budge. Sergeant Anderson.
Hi.
Hey, look at that.
Yeah.
How'd you guys happen to be out here in the first place?
We weren't. Chopper spotted it about a couple hours ago. They called us, we called your office. Found this near the car.
Is there anybody in there?
Nah, no bodies.
Nobody, huh?
Nah.
Nobody around at all?
A lot of blood on the floor and on the front seat. That's about it. You want to take a look?
Bill?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, be right down. What?
What does this look like to you?
This, looks like a buckle off one of my shoes.
No way. Not one of your shoes. This is a very expensive buckle off a handmade Italian loafer. Do you know any hoods around here who wear shoes like that?
What about our fancy dresser, Leo Patry?
Patry. Now, what did Pete say
wait a minute.
about
Yeah,
the other night? Didn't he say somebody spotted Patry in a nightclub?
that's right. And he had a bandage just like this across the bridge of his nose.
Yeah, that's a bandage.
Try this on for size. You remember the guy next door to Lorelei Frank's apartment?
The earthquake friend.
Yeah. My buddy?
Yeah.
Didn't he say that one of the hoods running down the hall had a bandage across the ridge of his nose?
I wonder if Leo is missing a buckle.
Let's go look at the car.
The money. First, the merchandise.
I want 5.
I said 2,000.
It could be worth 10 times that.
Could be worth a ticket to the morgue.
5.
3.
Great.
What are you going to do with all this money?
Go away.
To Chicago? Sarah? I would have given you the 5.
Yeah. Yeah, English. Yeah, I get the word that, he's had, hey, easy. I get the word he's had some conversations with Hillary LaSalle's maid. And maybe you should find out why. Okay, later.
Channing Andrews here.
Eglash here. Our labors have been rewarded.
You got it?
Yes?
Where are you?
Oh, that's not important.
When can we meet?
As soon as we can have a new understanding.
What new understanding? We have a deal.
Well, yes and no.
$10,000. I have the cash.
20 times that.
$200,000? You're insane.
Everybody seems to agree on that. Crazy, maybe, but not stupid. You know, Hillary LaSalle's style is not unlike that of Truman Capote. And when she describes your sexual peculiarities... The good old Marquis must be spinning in his grave. Mr. Andrews, I underestimated you.
Eglash, it's enough.
Then there's the bishop.
I don't want to hear that.
Chairman of the board. Well... And the fellow who produces the children's pictures?
You
please stop.
I consider myself a worldly man, but this little treasure trove has opened my eyes. Too late. My pacemaker couldn't take it. I'd blow a fuse. Too late, too late. 200,000.
It's a small fortune.
I'm not a greedy man. A small fortune is all I ever aspired to.
I don't have that kind of money.
I know that.
I can't raise that kind of money.
A future governor? You underestimate yourself.
May I speak to Sergeant Anderson, please? She's not? Well, this is Celia Jackson. Would you give her a message for me?
Padre hangs out at a place called the Frontenac. I hear he's a sucker for a pretty ankle.
Ankle man. Oh, change.
Yeah, some guys like to start at the bottom. Hey, Joe.
Hey, William. Pepper. Just got a call from Celia Jackson. She's leaving town. Thinks she knows who wrote those love letters.
Who?
She didn't say. I think she wants to sell the information.
Mrs. Jackson? Mrs. Jackson?
Mrs. Jackson?
Mrs. Jackson?
Bill?
Yeah?
Good morning.
Come on. Hey, get me a cup of coffee, will you? How'd you make out with the real estate guy?
Nothing on the house. And those LaSalle letters I must have read a couple dozen times.
And?
Nothing. At least I'm consistent.
Well, what do you say we try a different tack?
Leo Patry.
Very good.
I get to meet him.
That's right, you get to meet him. Every day about 4 o'clock, he heads over to the Frontenac Hotel gym for a little workout. Then he takes a dip in the pool, and then he looks for a little action.
And I'm it.
Who looks better in a bikini?
You do?
Actually, that's true. But I don't think I'm his type.
And I suppose I get to go in alone again.
Nope, I got Barbara Stern and Mickey from Vice. They're gonna go in with you. Also, I sprang Paul Roberts from Robbery Homicide and Lee Adam from Adnar. They're gonna make like a couple of Johns.
He's cute.
Who's cute?
Both of them. Here, have some more jam.
Thank you. Yeah, Crowley. Yeah. Spell that. I-C-H-I-R-O-S-H, Shirato. Yeah, great. Okay. That was Hughes. We got a lead on Hanako, the missing Japanese hooker. Where are the guys?
Pete's having breakfast at Joe's.
Joe's? What's the matter with you this morning? You're all out of sorts.
Nobody offered me any breakfast.
How about half a bagel?
Thanks, a half.
Hello. Oh, hi, Bill. How are you?
I'm fine. Question is, how are you?
Well, I was due day before yesterday, which means it'll probably come sometime next month.
Is Joe there, honey?
Oh, yeah, sure. Hold on a moment. Joe? Yeah. It's Bill, honey.
Bill who? Thank you. Yeah, William, what is it?
Listen, I just got a call from Hughes and Intelligence. Princess Hanako. That's right. She's been spotted holding up in an apartment at 535 Fifth Street. It's rented by a cousin of hers, a guy named Ishiro Shirato.
Hi, we're with the police department. I'm Investigator Royster, and this is Investigator Stiles. We're here looking for your cousin, Hanako Shirato. Cousin.
Akarimasen. You don't speak English? Akarimasen.
I do.
Hey. It's the LA Times, B.
It's definitely not the Tokyo Gazette, my
What, are you
friend.
putting this on?
Ito! Where is she, Shirato?
Ito Maso!
Hold it! Get the cuffs on him, please. I'll get them home still. I got it. Hold him right there. I got it. Will you get the cuffs? They won't fit, man. Wow. Got your belt? Yeah. Hold it. Just hold him, will you? Hold it. I got it. Where is she? I don't know how they ever lost the war. Why don't you ask him? Good afternoon, ladies.
Hi. Hi, Joe.
A little funny, son. What, no tip?
Not on the budget Crowley's got us on.
You know it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to talk to William about that.
Mickey?
Thanks.
Pepper? Wow, I am getting burnt to a crisp.
So are my diamonds. Just keep using your suntan lotion till he shows.
If he shows.
Start laughing a lot. Nothing in particular. Our studs arrived.
Like the other day.
That's him. Let's go.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
You don't mind if we join you, do you?
Depends what you have in mind.
Well, frankly, we're new in town.
Oh, what a coincidence. So are we. Where are you from?
Providence.
Hey, you're from Rhode Island, aren't you, Barbie?
Mm-hmm. The smallest but the greatest. You here for a convention or something?
Mostly or something. Well, why don't we look at my speak? We can have a little libation.
Sounds great. Go for it. Let's do it.
You don't,
See you later. All right, have fun.
Hi. Coming in?
Just had my hair done. But don't let that stop you. Swimming's a great exercise.
Hey, guys gotta keep in shape.
Bet you do push-ups, too.
Yeah, among other things. I bet you've heard it many times before.
What's that?
Oh, you're a beautiful woman.
Every hour on the hour.
Very good.
Your record stuff.
Nice. New here, huh?
How did you know?
Come here, huh?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's our first time here.
You and your girlfriends?
We're models from New York.
What happened? 7th Avenue going under?
All the better French restaurants were closing down. And so we came out here to see what the life was like, snuggle up under the palms, as it were.
I see. And, those were two buyers that your girlfriends went snuggling upstairs with?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Tell me something. What do you specialize in? Negligees?
On and off.
I'm Patre. Leo Patre.
As in lion.
Or tiger, same family. You're,
Dakota. Dakota James.
Oh, that's cute.
Better than that. People remember it.
You know, you and your friends, you know, being new here, not gonna be so easy getting started. It's a big city. Might need some help getting clients.
Buyers. Thanks, Tiger, but we can take care of ourselves.
I'm talking about very special buyers.
Like who?
Let's say we'll talk about that.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have some calls to make, my own contacts. Okay?
I'll be here when you come back down.
Well, in case I don't make it, here's something to remember me by.
Yeah, I want to make a collect call in New York City.
I didn't quite hear what you said. There was a sudden noise, the rustle of trees, or those darling simians at play.
No way I can get that $200,000 together.
I'd have thought that your very good friends might really be able to help you out in a small financial and moral crisis such as this.
I can't. I can't ask them to.
Oh, here we finally get to see the Thero Pithecus gelata. Hi.
Look, I'm due to leave for Sacramento the day after.
Oh, to serve your constituents, of course. Yeah, I too happen to be one of your constituents, and it wouldn't bother me one bit if you were delayed a few days, but only a few.
Look, I told you. No way I can.
Look for what? Shouldn't you be looking at some simple facts? Fact one, you want the Hilary LaSalle book very desperately. Fact two, you don't want to pay for it. I really don't understand it.
Jackson woman. She's the one. She had it. Am I right?
Possible.
Did you murder her for her?
That's not important.
It's damned important.
What are you going to do, report me to the authorities? I'm a private investigator. You, sir, you requested that I investigate this woman and indeed found she had the book. I bought it from her. She was done away with by a party or parties unknown who no doubt wanted the book but didn't have the time or opportunity to find it. That's my theory. I'm usually right. Good day, Mr. Andrews.
I raised you 1 anchovy and 2 egg salads.
I'll see that.
I'm out.
Well, count me out. Stakes are a little too high. Okay, Sarge, I'm in. What do you got?
Full house.
Pod Pepper? That's a joker. Are you kidding?
What, you didn't go to up your sleeve school?
Oh, that's it.
All right, come on, open up.
Naughty time.
Let's go.
You ready? Who is it?
Police department.
I didn't order any.
Move with vice.
All right, let's go.
I didn't order any.
Get some clothes on in there, buddy.
Come on.
Let's stick to that.
Come on. You and the other
What are
baby.
you doing here?
Come on, let's move it. Lady, we've been on to you for a long time.
What's your
Champagne.
language?
All right, let's move it in there. We're bringing your little operation to a screeching halt. Who the hell is paying for all this?
Would you get out of here? This is my suite.
All right, let's
I
move
am
it, let's
paying
move it.
for this apartment.
Case 21236. Will the female defendants please approach the bench and stand here alongside the public defender? The arresting officers, Sergeant Crowley and Investigator Royster.
Right here, Your Honor.
The defendants are Dakota James, Barbara Stern, and Mickey Edwards. How do they plead, Miss Barlow?
Innocent, Your Honor. The charge leaves out one important piece of information.
Your Honor, with all due respect, ask them if they had a right, a warrant, to barge into our suite like that.
Sergeant Crowley?
Well, Your Honor, you see, we did phone in for one, but as sometimes happens, there just wasn't enough time to pick it up.
Enough time. Your Honor, if you want to know what I think they're a couple of perverted voyeurs, but they picked the wrong suite because there was nothing to voyer.
I'm going to have to dismiss this charge. It appears the letter of the law was not upheld. And Sergeant Crowley, Investigator Royster, I want you to wait in my chambers. Case dismissed.
Free.
Case number 102149.
You get your kicks here, pussycat?
Think it over, baby. You might need help to get started.
Let's say, we'll talk about it. We bought it.
Case 10227.
Hanako Serrano? Are you Hanako Serrano?
Who are you?
I'm with the police department. My name is Investigator Royster. I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. There's no need to be frightened. I just want to talk with you.
What did you want to talk to me about?
Hilary LaSalle and her trick book.
I didn't have anything to do with killing her. And I know nothing about any trick book.
You didn't dig her very much, did you?
I hated her.
Why? Why, Hanako?
I was in Japan without money. And I had a son who had no father. She met me. She asked if I would like to come back with her, to be in her employ for 5 years. She said, with your looks, you can make a lot of money. You live like a princess, she said. But after I came, worked here, I saw my son only on Sundays. He became sad and lonely. He'd said to me, why? Why couldn't we be together more?
Well, if you didn't dig it, why didn't you just split?
I tried. I went to her. I asked her, please. I'd pay anything, give anything to get some other sort of work. But she...
She what?
Dr. George Freelick, third floor nursing station, please.
Asked me how I'd like it if one night I woke up with razor cuts on my face.
The night of the murder, what happened?
I told you. I wasn't there.
Dr. Jack Matoff, please report to nursing station, third floor west.
A friend of mine. She asked if she could take my son to the beach. I said yes. was an accident. 2 cars. My friend was dead. And my son. You can see. I came straight here. You don't believe me. Any of it.
Yes, I do. I do believe you.
Then leave me alone. Leave us alone, please.
Yeah? Are you sure about that? Pete, if it checks out, it checks out, okay? Yeah.
Oh, there. There we are. It's in Massachusetts. A town called Amherst. You know, if it were here and on the market, I could get maybe 300,000-400,000. These historical celebrity places, you don't need it.
Historical celebrity? How? I don't understand.
Well, it belonged to a very famous lady, poetess. Today, I guess you'd say poet, person.
Who, Mr. Brinkley?
Emily, what are you trying to say, Pep?
Emily Dickinson, Bill, the poet. This was her house, the same one painted by Lorelei. Don't you remember what Danny Summers told us? I mean, about where she was from?
Yeah, she said she was from Massachusetts or Vermont.
It was Massachusetts. This is Emily Dickinson's house in Amherst.
Okay, so Lorelei painted a poet's house in her hometown.
Lorelei majored in English lit. She had to have read a lot of Emily Dickinson. I showed you those letters.
As our friend Emily would have put it, something like that.
Exactly. The letters were not written to Hilary LaSalle. They were written to someone else and by Lorelei Frank.
Julie Buck. When Pete questioned Buck, he said he'd met Hillary through one of her girls.
Uh-huh. And his body was found 8 floors below Lorelei's apartment.
Let's go, Mr. Eglash. You and I are going to take a little ride.
Come on, I said. Let's go.
Mr. English? Where is it?
What? Where's what?
The trick book.
What? Well, what book? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, I'm sick. I'm very sick. I'm a sick man.
Mm-mm. You're a dead man. Chaucer?
Please. Please. I'm ill. I have a heart condition.
Now you tell us where it is, and you get your pills.
I need those pills. Listen to me. I'm a sick man. Give me. Please. Please. Oh. Please.
The trick book, Eglash.
Oh. I need those pills.
You tell us where the book is, and you'll get the pills.
The locker at the airport. The key is stuck with gum under the bench where I sit in the park. I need those pills. Please. Oh.
Michael Eglash.
Yeah. Thanks for calling us, Doc.
He was carrying a whole lot of scraps of paper in his pocket. One of them had an address on it. LaSalle's maid.
Celia Jackson.
Yeah, we had her in here just a few days ago. You want my opinion? He was murdered, too.
Based on what?
No, we'll surely find that cardiac arrest was the cause of death. But he was carrying a bottle of nitroglycerin tablets. Could have saved himself easy. Felt a seizure coming on, just swallowed a few.
Somebody kept him from taking them, is that it?
Well, I'm a coroner, not a dramatist, but it seems to me like I saw something like this in a movie one time. You can call me kind of a high-class movie buff and amateur detective. Betty Davis. Mr. Skeffington. I suppose you've asked yourself why he was in that warehouse all alone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's here. Crowley?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, Joe.
Who?
That's very interesting. Thanks. Channing Andrews would like to talk to somebody right away. Joe says it's about the trick book. Doc, see you later. Let's go.
Oh, Doc, it wasn't Mr. Skeffington. It was the Little Foxes. But it was Betty Davis.
Yeah. That's right. I attended a boarding school in my teens. And there was a headmaster who used to beat me at least once a week. In order to cut off the pain, I began to transform it in my mind into an act of immense pleasure. It's remained with me ever since. Meanwhile, my wife, she just...
I understood. But there was nothing I could do about it. And then Channing became involved with this LaSalle person, one of her girls, the one named Lorelei. When this LaSalle woman realized who my husband was, she started to blackmail us. And he paid. And just kept on paying.
You continued going to her?
And then she was murdered. A man who now obviously had the book took over, trying to blackmail me.
Eglash.
Eglash. Well, I'm a natural target.
Mr. Andrews, why did you phone the department tonight?
A few hours ago, I got a call from another man who says he's got the book.
What was his name?
Didn't give me his name. He just gave me an address and told me to be there at 10 o'clock tonight.
What is that address?
94 Lafayette Place.
A toast to the day we began our happy partnership.
Going a little heavy in that stuff, ain't you? Why don't you lay off?
Remember the day when I got you into all of this? 50-50 all the way. But let's not drink to our new partner, the one that you sprang on me tonight.
all of a sudden, I'm 33 and third.
Hey, relax, will you? I told you, she's not exactly a partner. She's more like like an associate.
Sure. She's like an associate. Is she a blonde associate or is she a red-headed associate? Maybe she's a brunette.
Now, come on, Lorelei. You know as well as I do. We need some new girls, some fresh faces.
New girls, fresh faces. What a great title for a song.
Now, listen to me. Now, that's Andrews. You just behave yourself. I'll get it.
Hi, Tiger.
Well, hello.
We did have an appointment.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but you're a little early.
Okay, I'll come back later. Maybe. That's better. Still got some of my suntan. I thought it was a custom to take a lady's coat. What are you doing?
You never know. Might have a little lingerie sample in there. Come on in.
I didn't know you had company.
Dakota James, Laura Francis.
Hi, partner.
I don't think I understand this.
I understand perfectly. You are the blonde associate.
Let's get one thing straight, Leo. I don't want any lush hooker in on this operation. I work with my girls on my own. If you want to help us, we'll discuss it. But I run a class shop.
New York tart. That is what I call the ultimate, the consummate in class.
Oh, your friend graduated high school, I see.
Bet I did.
Get your hands off
All
me.
right. Now, look, class is just what it's going to be, with plenty of action for the three of us. I want both of you to get something straight. Now, there's a bar in there. Have a drink. Both of you. And get friendly.
Sure, we're going to end up adoring each other.
I said get friendly. Andrews? Come on in. Now, Mr. Semblerman, I'm not a man to waste words. I say what I have to, and that's it. Mr. Chaucer Semblerman Andrews. Now you want to be governor, right? Well, we're going to go you one better. You're going to be our next senator. What? You see, you got a lot of friends you never met. Or you'll never meet, except for their hands. As my grandmother used to say, one hand washes the other.
I'm going to have another one. You?
No, thank you.
Never trust a man who doesn't drink. Humphrey Bogart. Now there is a real phony name if I ever heard one. What's it really, honey? Rebecca? Oh, Sunnybrook Farm?
Emily. What's the matter? You've heard the name, haven't you?
And you have the book.
Yeah, I got the book with your name, your sexual preferences neatly circled.
I want to see it.
I said I got it.
A lot of other people may say they have it, too.
Okay. Here you go. Page 3, section A. Enjoy.
Let's go.
Okay, Lorelei, time's up.
Police, freeze! Watch out! Get an ambulance.
Got the pup?
Here they are, Pep. Hang on to her.
Let go of me.
I remind you of your rights, Miss Frank. You're entitled to a lawyer of your choice, or if you so desire...
What would a lawyer know about me? My life, my secret life, anything. Secrecy. A man can hide all things excepting twain. That he is drunk, and that he is in love. Thus spake and definite.
You were having an affair with Julie Buck.
Secretly. I need a drink.
Then suddenly, he married Hilary LaSalle.
Secretly. Except it wasn't such a secret, was it?
Lorelei, your letters to him.
Oh, my letters. They must have had a real loud laugh reading them together.
You murdered her.
Now, I really would like a drink. Okay? You get me a drink? Dakota? Tell him to get me a drink.
And Buck. What did you do with him? Ask him to come over? Except you weren't planning to be there, were you? But Patry was.
Ah, the scotch. The scotch will do.
She's right, isn't she, Miss Frank? You and Patry both figured that Julie Buck had the trick book, only he didn't. Celia Jackson did. So you offed her, too. Either you or Patry, or maybe both of you, and then Eglash.
Gin?
And then your own death. Now, that was a perfect way to lie low for a while, wasn't it?
Vodka. I'll take a glass of wine.
Am I right, Miss Frank? Am I right?
I forget the year.
What year?
The year that they said it to him. The saddest of princes. In dark, dank Elsinore. 'Tis true. 'Tis pity. 'Tis pity. And 'tis true. I need a drink! I need a drink! I want a drink! Get me a drink! A vodka, please! Get me a drink! Nothing! Anything! Please! Get me a drink! I want a drink!
Dr. Paul Goodday. Room 310, please. Dr. Paul Goodday.
Hey, easy, easy. That's my finger.
Let me take the ring off. You can keep the finger. Give me the ring.
Come
on. There you go. Now let's have its playmate.
Can't I keep it at least till tomorrow?
That little diamond you get around your neck, honey, is worth about $35,000.
That doesn't bother me.
Well, it bothers me because it's checked out in my name. Let's have it.
Yeah, just a minute.
Look at Joe.
Oh, anything yet?
No, but the doctor said it'll be soon.
How's she doing?
She's taking it pretty well.
Oh, number 3. She ought to by now.
How you doing?
I'm hanging in, buddy.
Peter, that's a nice name for a boy. Have you thought about that one, Joe?
I tell you what, Pete. You buy, it's a boy, and we'll negotiate.
That's a deal?
Okay.
Gotcha. How about you guys, Charlie?
Here, wait a minute. You guys do the legwork, and Crowley's springing.
Are you sure you know what you're doing now?
Look, take the money. Let's go.
All right. Legwork? What's new?
Isn't that something? Oh, Billy treated.
Oh, Hanako.
Hi. Fine, thank you.
Let's see. How's your boy?
Oh, he's doing just great.
That's good.
I was going to call you to thank you for setting those appointments up at the department stores.
I'm just glad I could be of help.
Well, I guess I better be going. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me. I thought we were partners.
Only in crime, Joseph.
It's kind of nice to snuggle up with a friend, isn't it?
Yeah. It sure is.
And cut.
So I suppose my sister Dolores is in jail again, huh?
She's been found dead.
It's a strange place to meet.
I figure this way you can't be wired, Sergeant Anderson.
If I could get a part, they'd probably put me in the van like they did the other girls. You could wire me, follow the van.
But what if something goes haywire and suddenly you have to perform?
Get here.
Hi,
Let
Manny.
me take your coat.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh, what's this picture about?
Countess. Bettina! Thank God! Be patient, Countess. Another minute and you'll be freed.
That's enough. Bettina, go.
And cut.
Manny, how was it?
Well, I'll tell you how it was. Beautiful. We are gonna print that. That was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Are you going right into the next shot?
2-3 minutes. Stay close.
I'll be back.
Wilkes, you want to reload? It's gonna be a long take. You better play it safe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Thank you very much. Okay. You are looking real good, Dolores. Real good.
These ropes are pretty tight, Manny.
Realism. Relax, babe. A couple of more shots, we're all finished. Now, you know what I want now, huh?
I think so.
All right. You're gonna open real tight on that gorgeous face. Now we pan over to Bragan. He is gonna fake hitting you. That's when you scream.
You sure he's gonna fake it?
Hey.
I mean it, Manny. He's a freak. He really is. He gets his kicks out of hurting people.
Well, she's right. You remember what happened. You know the last time.
He won't even come close. I guarantee it. You know the boss wouldn't stand for anything like that. Okay. Huh? Okay, Bragan, you ready?
I'm ready.
Marcia, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Wilkes?
All set.
Is this a team?
Ooh.
Okay. Sound, camera, and action.
Ooh, pulling back.
Oh, there.
You know what?
Hmm.
You said a horse pretty good.
Oh, come on.
No, I wouldn't exactly hire you for a cattle drive, but
You couldn't afford it. There's not enough money.
you want to race?
Race?
Yeah.
Not on your life.
What about on your horse?
No way, no racing.
Come on. At the end of the road, there's a yellow gate. Tell you what, you beat me there and I'll buy you lunch.
Not for dinners for a month at the Queen's Arms would I race.
Come on, Pepper, you can do anything. Let's go.
Bill!
Let's go. Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
You rat. Oh.
See, I told you you could do it.
Next Sunday we go bowling.
You mean I finally found something I can do better than you?
No. Easy. Easy.
Hey, whoa. Easy.
I wonder what spooked you.
I think it's that smell. What is that?
Easy, boy. Easy. You see anything? What is it?
The autopsy report said that she was probably killed, thrown into the bushes 10 days, 2 weeks ago. The doc can't narrow it down any more than that.
What about cause of death? Is it like it thought? Is it due to the beating she took?
Possibly. More likely from the skull fracture.
That's not mine. Give it to McKnight. Any sexual molestation?
Negative. You want to see the x-rays?
I think I'll pass.
Gentlemen?
Hello, Peter.
Well, she's not Jane Doe anymore.
They make her own prints?
Yeah, I just talked with Pepper. Her name is Dolores Rogel or Rogel, R-O-G-E-L-L.
Rogel.
Yeah. Does it mean anything to you?
Nope.
Well, she was busted twice. Once in San Francisco about a year ago for hooking, and about 3 months ago here for narcotics.
Then she must have a local address.
837 South Avery.
Well, let's get moving. I'll get a search warrant.
Yeah. It was in the paper this morning. Terrible thing, terrible. But I figure since it happened, we might as well take advantage of it, right? I mean, we could triple the grosses inside of a week. That's right, sir. So I've been on long distance all morning, called all the theaters where the picture's playing. There's going to be a big new advertising campaign. Why don't you let me surprise you, Mr. Dayton? Trust me, huh? I appreciate that. Oh, and give my best regards to everybody, will you? Lisa must be a big girl by now. Really? The Dean's List? Hey, that's terrific. Well, thank you, sir. Right. Bye-bye. Dayton's granddaughter made the Dean's List. First year in college.
That kid's really gonna be something. This Aurelia doesn't look too good.
A little pruning. Liquid fertilizer help it. Poor Dolores. Could have made a lot of profitable pictures together. Well, I guess it's time to find a replacement. Go tell Manny, huh?
What about that other girl? Marcia, that her name?
No, she's not right. Wait a minute. You better find her, too. She's a friend of Dolores's. Find her fast.
Will do.
She probably read the papers, got all shook up. Get all shook up, you got to talk to somebody about it, right?
Yes, sir. I understand just what you mean.
No question at all, she skipped. A lot of people skip around here. It's not like it used to be. You know, her rent came due 3 days ago. I've been ringing her doorbell ever since. You see?
Open up.
Could I see that search warrant again?
I don't blame him. But you can trust me, it's good.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll lock up.
You better. People would steal everything out of here.
I know the type. Let's take the kitchen.
Look at this. Uppers, downers, you name it. Got a regular little warehouse here, Pete. Little syringe, little needle. Little spoon.
What the hell do you think?
Police!
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Who'd you think we were?
The guys have been hanging around with my sister. The guys that got her into that movie.
Dolores Rogel's brother?
That's right, Matt.
Show me.
Matt Rogel.
So I suppose my sister Dolores is in jail again, huh?
Afraid not. She's been found dead.
We found her body yesterday. We think she was murdered.
You gonna be all right?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Now, about that movie.
What?
You mentioned something about a movie?
Hardcore stuff, you know. Sadomasochistic film. It's been shown all around town. Tonight, Josephine.
Weird movie, huh?
Wow. Killing her just to make a movie. Man.
Hey, it's just a shock.
Well, they couldn't say it if it wasn't true. I mean, they got laws.
Yeah, maybe.
That one looks like he enjoyed it.
Sure.
Police today identified as Dolores Regel, 24, the woman whose flogged body was found yesterday.
It's really something, isn't it?
Oh, gorgeous.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
$5. You get your student ID card?
Pay the lady.
2 adults, please. You know what this means. You have to buy your own dinner. How's the picture? All things considered.
Cease fire.
He wasn't quite gone with the wind.
So she wasn't killed as part of the movie then, huh?
Not a chance. They accomplished all that with makeup or special effects, whatever it is they use. Now, it had to have happened after the movie was finished. I figure there's 2 possibilities. Either she was killed by an outsider, somebody in her personal life, a stranger, whatever.
Or just somebody who saw the movie.
Well, that could be. Picture'd been out a little more than a month. Somebody could have seen it early on and gotten inspired.
Really?
In this case, life imitating art.
Ease them off, Billy.
The other possibility, somebody connected with the movie killed her.
I hope so.
Why is that?
Well, if somebody connected with a movie killed her, at least we got a list of names to work with. If it was an outsider, man, we got nothing at all to go
Ready
on.
on the firing line.
Oh, Pepper. I thought this was going to be a lunch date.
It is. Oh, no coffee for me, thank you.
You're serious? You want me to file a petition and go in front of a judge?
That's what deputy city attorneys are for.
No, that's not what we're for, Pepper. Not if we want to keep our jobs. Not if we don't want to get laughed out of court.
Ben, come on.
All right, you be the city attorney. Go ahead. Make your case. Tell the court why you think this picture should be banned.
This picture, it's an instruction manual in sadism. Any number of people could look at it.
They might get ideas.
Right.
Granted. Your Honor, if we follow that line of reasoning, we would have to ban Hamlet, because some lunatic might try to feed poison to his mother.
Ben, tonight Josephine is not Hamlet.
Your Honor, I submit that this film, it might be shoddy, sadistic, degrading. It might be all of these things and worse. But it can be likened to Hamlet in one very vital respect. Legally, on the basis of higher court decisions, it is protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America under the right of free speech. And the defense rests.
That's how it'd be, huh?
You knew that all along, Pepper.
Damn.
Was this still taken during production?
Yes, it was.
Where did you shoot the film, Mr. Ziegler?
In the studio mostly, except for the exteriors. That's the outside stuff.
Mm-hmm. I know. Now tell me about the cast.
Well, there's mainly three parts. It was Dolores, Miss Rogel, Bregan, and Marcia Gilmore.
Who was in the crew besides the sound man?
Wilkes.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's all?
Yeah. Well, Bregan used to help out sometimes. Everybody did a little bit of everything. I'm not exactly a Sam Goldwyn, you know what I mean?
You could have fooled me, Mr. Ziegler. Do you ever see the people you work with on a personal basis?
I didn't mix with any of them.
None of them, Mr. Wilkes?
Filth. They were all filth.
Including Miss Rogel.
I would be surprised if she were the worst of them all. I understand she was a prostitute.
Wow. Man, that's really heavy. I know what you mean. So she got what she deserved, right?
Oh, look, Mr. Royster, I just stayed away from her. The only time I ever saw her was on set.
Who financed this picture?
I did.
You put up all the money? I don't mean any offense, Mr. Ziegler, but we checked up on you, and you're not all that loaded.
Oh, well, I borrowed some from some friends.
Oh, you borrowed?
Now, hold on, Sergeant. My client came to this place willingly, but that doesn't mean
what about
that he...
Mr. Earlier? Now, he comes pretty high. Did you borrow enough to pay him, too?
There's no law against a man having a prominent attorney. And that being the case, it's no concern of yours how he acquired counsel, Sergeant. Well, my client will tell you everything he knows about Miss Rogel, but he won't answer questions about anything else. Is that clear?
Uh-huh. Still doesn't answer the question I ask you. Did you and Dolores Rogel go together?
No. And I'm sure the others will confirm that. Like they say, Miss Rogel wasn't quite to my taste.
People have been known to kill people who weren't quite to their taste.
Yeah?
Just an observation, Mr. Bregan.
Officer Stiles, isn't it?
Investigator Stiles.
Whatever. Stiles. I'm a sadist. On camera. Off camera, I'm not. If you think you can prove otherwise, you just go ahead and try.
Did you have a personal relationship with Miss Rogel?
Are you kidding? That bimbo? She slept with half the guys in town. I wouldn't touch her.
Well, I got to tell you, Mr. Ziegler, that's not the story that we got. You did have a personal relationship with her, didn't you?
Can you imagine that? That was a tramp there, you know. That was a bum. I didn't care. I wanted to marry her. She turned me down cold.
That upset you a lot?
Yeah.
Imagine a good-looking chick like this. Hops into bed with every guy in town, yet when it comes to you, she turns you down. Did it make you angry, Mr. Ziegler?
If you're asking me, did it make me angry enough to want to kill her? No. Look, Sergeant, you can make a couple of bucks making porno movies for the freaks. Somebody's gonna get the money, I might as well get it. That don't mean I'm a freak.
Miss Gilmore, it's a strange place to meet.
I figure this way you can't be wired, Sergeant Anderson.
Oh. Well, I have to be honest with you. Whatever I learned today goes on my reports.
You want to know what I know about Dolores?
Yes.
Well, she was my best friend. As soon as the picture was over, we were going to quit, leave town, and start all over again someplace else. And after we finished shooting, I kept trying to reach her. I didn't think she'd leave without me. And then I read about it in the papers.
Marcia, do you know who killed her?
Chuck Bragan. You know, the co-star. I'm almost positive. He threatened her a couple of times. He threatened me, too. I mean, he was a real sickie.
Oh. How many pictures did you make with Bragan?
Tonight, Josephine was the third.
How come you and Dolores kept on working with him?
I guess in this business you can't be too choosy. I mean, it was Bragan. It had to be. It wasn't anybody else. Believe me, I've thought about it. Manny, Wilkes, Tony.
Tony? Now, who's Tony?
He's the backer. I don't know his last name. He runs the whole show.
He was there when you made the pictures?
Most of it was shot in his house.
Well, where's that?
I don't know. Out in the country someplace. Everybody was taken out and back by Tony's gopher in a big red van with no windows in the front of the back, so we didn't know where we were. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure. Bragan is the one who killed Dolores.
That's the way I see it. It couldn't have been anybody else. You're the one who wasted the girl, right?
Tony, it's not true. The police, they had me on the grill for what? More than an hour.
Did you tell them that?
They made me account for every second. For 2 weeks. Listen to me. I was out of town for 10 days. I can prove it. The rest of the time, if you want, I can give you the places I went, the people I was with. I don't think I was alone for 10 minutes.
Tony, he might be telling the truth.
You really believe that?
Oh, it could be. Maybe we ought to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now. Take him back.
Let's go.
Are you still going to use me? In the next picture?
Sure. That's business.
Hey, Bill. Hey. It's cold out here.
Yeah.
Who found the body?
These kids hiking found the body. They notified the sheriff's office right after we sent out our APB.
You sure it's him?
Take a look.
That's him. Thank you.
When they found the body, he had a gun in his hand, and this was in his pocket.
I've lived with her for a long time, and I can't go on anymore. May God have mercy on my soul. I killed Dolores Rogel. I was with her, was drunk, went crazy, and then she was dead. Signed Charles Bragan.
I don't think Bragan killed himself or the girl.
And you're saying?
What I'm saying is, his alibis check out, we know that, but his suicide letter doesn't sound anything like the Bragan Marcia told me about. Joe, you questioned him.
Yeah, I don't think he'd have felt guilty if he OD'd his own mother.
There's no car in the vicinity. Pete, how do you think the guy got out there?
Maybe he bummed a ride.
Yeah, but why bother? If a guy's gonna shoot himself, why didn't he just do it in his own apartment?
Anybody could have typed the letter and forged his signature.
Well, we got 2 people dead. What now, my love?
Hunting down the man behind the scenes.
Yep, Tony, whatever his name is.
I want you guys to look at something. This is where we found Bragan. This is where we found Dolores Rogel. That's pretty close. That's a remote area. There may be 200 houses scattered over 15 square miles. One of those houses could be where they shot that movie, where this Tony lives.
So what do you want us to do, Bill? Check every house?
Well, we could start with a utility check, take it street by street.
It'll take about a week.
Well, we gotta start somewhere.
What about the ad, Bill?
Forget it.
What ad?
We've already been through that.
Actresses wanted for provocative films. Contact Manny Ziegler Productions.
I always wanted to be a star.
Believe me, kid, this ain't the way you do it.
I hear they don't use many close-ups.
I said forget it.
Oh, come on, Bill. Give the kid a break. I always wanted to know a celebrity. Besides, we do have to get a line on this guy, Tony.
Don't you people understand the word no?
No. Now, Pete's right. Now, listen. If I could get a part, they'd probably put me in the van like they did the other girls. You could wire me, follow the van, and we'd get a fix on Tony.
Pepper, that sounds terrific. But what if something goes haywire and suddenly you have to perform?
I'd think of something. No, don't worry. You just keep your fingers crossed.
Okay, but you better cross more than your fingers. I wonder how long these interviews are supposed to last.
Who knows?
I think I might see us take off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, how do I rate compared to her?
I'd call it straight A.
Oh, you're kidding.
Would you mind reading those 2 lines at the top? You're Diana.
Oh. What's my, I don't remember what you call it.
Motivation?
What's my motivation?
Well, this guy is advancing on you, you see. He's got this thing for your body. Go with it.
Don't touch me. Please, please, get back.
Oh, is that nice? Is that nice?
That's my only line.
Well, you see, if you get the part in the picture, any part at all, you will not be speaking that much.
Oh.
Now, tell me,
Ginger.
Ginger, of course. What was your last job?
You know Johnny K's downtown?
The topless joint.
Well, I danced a little.
What time was it when she went in there?
4 o'clock.
It's 10 to 5.
Yeah, the longer she stays in there, the better chance you'll have of making a connection.
That's beautiful. Okay, now tilt up that luscious chin. Oh! Oh, good. Oh, yes. You know, of course, if you get the part in the picture, you won't have to wear all of that cumbersome clothing.
Yeah, I know. I saw the ad.
I wonder what would happen if I untied those bows.
I turn into a butterfly.
That I would like to see.
Costs you $100 when I take off my clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Why be so glum? Give me a little smile there. Yeah.
I don't understand you taking all these pictures. You're looking right at me.
Well, see, I got an associate. He's got casting approval.
Oh. What's his name?
What's his name? Throw back those shoulders for Daddy. Ah!
I'm gonna give her 5 more minutes. I'm gonna find some reason to go in there.
So, this is where we'll do some of the interiors.
Oh, not all of them, huh?
Mostly somewhere else. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd say you got about a 90% chance. Maybe better.
Oh.
Maybe better.
Good.
I'll call you, huh, Ginger?
Thank you, Mr. Ziegler. Thank you very much.
Manny.
Manny.
That door will take you on.
I'll cross my fingers.
It's after 5. Go home.
Here she comes. That's it. Looks like Pepper's and shoved this. Hold it. Who was that?
Mr. Dolores Rogel's brother.
You're kidding. What's he doing here?
Looks like he's playing detective.
He was pretty hot about his sister, I know that.
Didn't you tell him to lay off?
We did.
Guess it didn't register.
Maybe we can make it register.
is onto us. He's pulling out.
Hold it, Billy's gonna make a right on us.
Take him from the left. Got him covered from my side, Bill. Right there, man. Come on, get him. Hold it, man.
Hey, what do you guys want? What are you chasing me for?
What are you running for?
I don't know who you were.
What are you doing coming out of the Ziegler's?
I got myself a job.
Doing what?
Construction.
Why the devil are you working for Ziegler?
To get some information about what happened. Oh, look, I think I got a pretty good motive, wouldn't you say?
So do we. We get paid for it.
Yeah, except that you're not making an awful lot of progress, are you?
What would you do if you got the information? Play the avenging angel?
Now, wait a minute. Let me tell you something, Mr. Rogel. We're doing everything that we can. Now, I sympathize with your motives. We got the same goals. Only we got a little more experience than you got, and we don't want you getting in our way. You understand that? Are you getting my message?
Yeah, I'll think about it. Now, is it okay if I go?
Yeah, you can go now.
Don't pull another trick like that either.
Oh, yes, this is Ginger Holloway. Any messages? Oh, thank you.
Hey, Ginger, how about dropping this off at the Knight's office? Answering service again?
Yeah, Ziegler should have phoned by now.
Well, don't sweat it. He will.
Oh, what makes you so sure? Pete, you want some coffee?
No cream.
Because you're so sexy and beautiful, and besides, they've checked out your references.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
What, that you're sexy and beautiful? Did I ever tell you?
Once.
Miss Gilmore.
You told me to watch out for strangers. Well, a man came in. He's been hanging around upstairs.
Is that for me?
Just came in from NYPD.
Artist sketch and accompanying info suggest subject probably Anthony Leniver, formerly associated with Zach Dayton, identified syndicate figure out of New York. Leniver not seen here last 4 months, rumored to be on the coast. Involved in porno film operation. Photos and other data to come.
Well, I guess we know who Tony is.
And we know that the syndicate is behind it.
Considering the size of the take, I'd have been surprised if they weren't.
I'm gonna go by the apartment, check the mailbox for any messages.
How is the place?
It's got mice.
Well, tell Parks, maybe we'll get a break on the rent.
Sergeant Anderson.
This is Marcia Gilmore. They found out where I'm staying.
Who did?
Lynch, he works for Tony. He chased me. I've got to see you. I have no money. There's no one else I can trust.
Where are you now, Marcia?
A gas station on the corner of 4th and Paul.
All right. There's a restaurant on Palm, just about a block south of there, the Blue Moon. Now, you wait for me. I have one stop to make, but I'll be there in about 30 minutes, so you wait. Hello, Mrs. Reinecke. How are you today?
I'm just fine. How are you?
Fine. Any phone messages for me?
No, there weren't.
All right. Thank you very much.
Miss Holloway, good afternoon. I recognized you from your pictures.
Oh, you're from,
Ziegler Productions. And congratulations, you've just about got a job.
Just about.
All you need's a screen test.
A screen test?
Well, we don't normally give them, but we're talking about the female lead.
Oh, I see.
And the budget's going to be very high for this type of film. So the backer, he doesn't want to take any chances. You can appreciate that.
Oh, sure. Well, when do they want to test me?
Tonight. As a matter of fact, right away.
Now?
They're waiting for us.
I see. Well, if you don't mind, it'll only take me a minute to go upstairs and freshen up.
I'm sorry. We don't have a minute. We're late as it is, and it's a pretty long drive.
Oh, well, I had a date. I'll just call and...
No phone calls till after the test. We better get started.
Sergeant Crowley.
This is Marcia Gilmore, Sergeant Anderson's friend.
Yes, Miss Gilmore.
I'm really getting worried. She was supposed to meet me here and she hasn't shown.
Where are you now?
At the Blue Moon restaurant on the corner of Palm near 4th.
What time was she supposed to meet you?
At 4 o'clock. And it's already after 7.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll check it out. Okay, good, Joe. We're moving.
Hey, Ginger, we thought you'd never get here.
Hi,
Let
Manny.
me take your coat.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
I hope you didn't mind having to ride in the back of the van that way.
Oh, not at all. I understand those things.
Come here. Tony, may I present Miss Ginger Holloway, this time in the flesh. Very, very nice flesh indeed, Miss Holloway.
You may call me Ginger.
Ginger. I look forward to a long and very profitable relationship. I expect you to make it very big.
Well, I only hope...
You hope what?
I only hope I'm around longer than your last actress.
You read about Dolores.
Yes.
She is going around with a very sick man, Ginger. Very sick. He killed her and then killed himself. I'm sure you read about that, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all you have to do is stay away from sick people.
Something about a screen test. Does that make any sense to you?
And she went with him?
Not right away. She said she wanted to make a phone call, but he said she couldn't, that they were late already. Listen, I don't eavesdrop on my tenants, you know. I just happen to be standing right there.
You did very well.
What's the messages, descriptions again?
Well, he was very tall, about 6 feet.
Yeah, Northwest Division, please.
How much do you weigh?
Oh, about
Yeah, this is
180
Sergeant Crowley.
pounds.
Who's the watch commander? Put him on.
Sandy.
It's urgent.
Like
Short kind of.
short hair, yeah.
Come on,
and
come
he
on.
had a little mustache.
Fred, this is Bill
Just a
Crowley.
mustache, very
Listen, I
thin
haven't had a chance to
mustache.
clear this, but I want you to do something for me.
Any other patients?
I want you to spring every black and white you can
His
spare.
nose was- he had like
A house-to-house search.
Now, see, if this works out, it'll be more than just a test. It'll wind up in a picture.
Oh, what's this picture about?
Roman orgies. Over here, see, they're celebrating the Feast of Venus here in Forum.
Oh.
See? They got this Vestal Virgin. They're sacrificing her at the altar.
I'm the Vestal Virgin.
The head Vestal Virgin, right. Now, don't worry about the lines. There's only one of them. I'll tell you when to say it. Main thing is to keep your eyes on me. I'm going to be giving you directions and look sexy at all times. Which should be pretty easy for you. All right, come on.
Thank you, man.
Down the hall here, at the end, you'll find a door. Go in there. On the bed is your costume. You wear clothes. First part of the scene.
Oh, I'm gonna need my makeup.
Oh, no. I like you just the way you are. Go. Okay, girls, any minute now. Hang loose. Hey, Ginger, where are you? What's holding you up?
Oh, nothing, Manny. I'm doing the best I can. I'll hurry.
(17856), 12150. We've covered the area west of Canyon Road on Luck.
Roger, 56. Check south of Pass Road. We'll take Highway 17 to the end of Canyon Road.
Roger.
Look, we got nothing to worry about.
For sure. Pepper played cool.
The question is, are the others going to play it?
Ginger, what's keeping you?
I have to comb my hair. It got all mussed up putting on the costume.
Okay, snap it up, sweetheart.
What do you see?
Oh, it's nothing.
Look, you're looking at something.
What the hell is keeping her?
Fixing her hair. You know these dames.
Blanche.
Maybe she's a snitch.
Or maybe she's a cop. Okay, everybody. That's it. No test tonight.
Hey, what do you mean?
Thanks anyway, girls.
Hey, Tony.
Maybe tomorrow I'll let you know.
Just because she's a little slow, I could talk to her,
Man,
you know.
to take everybody back in the van. Now.
Here's the keys.
I don't know how to get back. I don't know where we are here.
Out to the highway, hook a left, you'll make it.
Oh, anything you say. I'll get Ginger.
Don't worry about Ginger. I'll drive her home myself.
Everything west of Liberty Road is clear. There's a colony near the lake. We're going to check that out now.
Roger.
Manny, explain everything. Now get going. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but all we need now is a bunch of witnesses.
So maybe nothing ought to happen.
How's that?
So maybe she's a cop. So maybe they know where you are. Tony, the police can't do a thing. You know that.
I'm not worried about the police.
Dayton's not supposed to be in the porno business. He was warned about that. Word gets out he's trying to cut himself in. There's going to be a war, a hell of a war. And guess who's going to be the first victim? There she is. Move!
How far is it to 17?
Should be about any minute now.
I think I'll turn left and...
That's it. That's the van, the red van.
told me to get in the bed and go.
All right,
Here I
where
am.
is she? Tell me.
2 miles down the road. First house on the left-hand side. Look, I didn't do
Come on,
nothing.
come on.
Sergeant Crowley, please.
He's not here.
All right, this is Sergeant Pepper Anderson. I need help. I don't know where I am, but the number is...
Put it down.
Put it down.
Now what happens? The same thing that happened to the others?
I never wanted to kill anybody. Can you believe that? Dolores wanted to quit. I wouldn't let her. She was too valuable. She threatened to blow the whistle. I hit her. She fell. It was an accident. I made it look like it wasn't. So you know why we had to kill Bragan. And now you... I'm sorry.
Don't shoot, Bill!
Put the gun down. No! Put it down. I'm not finished with this scum yet. You're finished. Put it down.
Give it to me.
Give her the gun. Give it to her.
Okay, get down to feet.
Put your hands up.
Get your hands on top of your head.
Come on. He'll be okay. We'll get an ambulance.
Come on over here with me.
What's gonna happen to him?
Well, this guy? We'll turn it over to the DA so he knows to...
Bill, he saved my life.
Well, that kind of answers your question, doesn't it? What do you want to eat?
I was thinking of the Blue Moon.
Why would anybody think of the Blue Moon? You and I cook better than that. The food's lousy.
Yeah, well, there's someone there I want to see. Marcia Gilmore, she's the new hostess.
You're kidding, huh? Oh, I see. You set that up, huh?
Well, I've been eating there so long, I figure they owe me something.
You think she'll hang in there, or you think she'll end up back out on the streets?
Oh, my bet is she'll make it.
Now that's fabulous. Hey, baby, you really got great legs.
Okay, okay. But I don't think she's a model either.
A cop?
Hey, is my little Cheryl in a snit? It couldn't be that new girl in town, could it?
I think we can work out an arrangement for commissions.
What about the Liz agency?
Dead.
Darling, you're early.
What'll I tell him, Cynthia? The soap sponsors want someone with long red hair.
Tell him to call Rita Hayworth. But mine's too brittle from that last shampoo commercial. Great stuff, but for 8 hours, I was lathered up to my ears.
Sorry, Cynthia's gone to Paris for a few days. But how about Sheila Jones? Okay.
Sheila's blonde.
She was.
Yes?
Do I know you?
No, I'm new in town.
You sure are. Honey, welcome to our fair city, and no offense, but take a look around. Start looking like them, then come back. Sherry, Helen?
Oh, excuse me. Could you tell me, is that the Liz Adams?
That was the Liz Adams. 90 years ago, give or take.
Well, Bernie, what's your candid opinion?
What's yours, Liz?
Too fat, too much eye rouge,
too blah. And I hope her face breaks out in terminal acne, the little ungrateful snitch. She thinks the John Paul Agency can do more for her than I can.
The agency can't. But John Paul can.
That's the only reason Cheryl Bell would sign with him. How else could he get any of my girls? On second thought, make that not too bad a case of acne. She'll be back, begging me to sign her again. Once John Paul finds a newer model and starts asking Cheryl to pay her commissions in cash. When she does come back, I think I'll ignore her for a few days. And then very reluctantly, I'll agree to handle her again. But only if she loses 10 pounds. Let her suffer. Let her not eat cake.
Cute.
What?
Greg Peters on line 2. He wants to talk to you to find out what's wrong.
Greg, darling. My girl tells me you're all in a dither, as well you should be. I see you're hiring models from John Paul. My cast-offs.
Liz. Get serious. The magazine absolutely insisted that I hire Cheryl. I had no choice. I had to deal with that guy. Now, your bookers tell me I can't have any more of your girls? I'm off limits?
Greg, dearest, let's just put it this way. Until you decide to deal with me exclusively, suck eggs.
Drop dead.
The new Midge look. Well, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, come on, it's gorgeous. Look at it, it's just perfect for you.
I don't know. I think I prefer the pepper look.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just came in for a perm.
How do you like my new hairstyle?
It's going to be terrific with a layer around your neck.
What? You mean Barnes finally approved my vacation?
Starting Saturday morning, you are going to go braless and badgeless for 2 glorious weeks.
Badgeless?
Uh-oh. Andy, steel yourself.
I'm Steele. Come on.
Say hello to my partner, Sergeant William Crowley.
William?
Andrew?
For the past 2 years, you have been combing out a policewoman.
Police?
Don't worry, I can't bust you for gossip. Now, tell me what you think from both of you. For Hawaii, I want the truth now.
For Hawaii? Let it all hang out. You're not going to need me over there.
You don't like it, do you?
I think it might be nice on Pete.
Buzz, don't run away.
Mr. Thompson from de Blasio Advertising is here, sir.
Yeah, well, give me a chance to catch my breath, huh? And send him in. Why don't you leave your vital statistics with my secretary, and I'll call you later. That's, Lori?
Lori.
Lori. Ciao.
New?
From Seattle. Nice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you like an exclusive on that, Jack?
Oh, you know we can't. What would we do with Midge?
Dumper. Midge's old hat. By the way, how are the Muller shampoo sales going?
Oh, that's just it, Sean. Sales are skyrocketing. And old man Muller is convinced it's the Midge Cleary image that's doing it. He wants an exclusive with her.
So why come to me, sweetheart? She's Liz's client.
That's the problem. The Dragon Lady wants an eye and a leg to close the deal.
Okay, Jack, let's have it.
To sign an exclusive with Midge, Liz also wants to sign an exclusive with her. That means using only Liz models, none from you. None from any other agency.
And you're gonna knuckle under to that? Great.
What can we do? Muller Shampoo is our biggest account. And the old man will pull it if we don't sign Midge to an exclusive.
You keep repeating that word.
It's the word. What can we do?
Yes, Mr. Paul.
Get me Liz Adams. And I want Liz Adams personally, not one of her flunkies.
Tony, you do not seem to understand this is a business I am trying to run.
I seem to recall that I am a part of that business, Elizabeth.
Yes, a very active part. After hours.
Look, love, I enjoy the company of beautiful women. That has never been a secret.
Well, just leave my girls alone. Especially the night before a job call. Adriana came in this morning a wreck. I had to replace her at the last minute.
Look, can we continue this discussion some other time? I mean, you're busy, and I do have to be running around.
Tony, I'm warning you. Leave them alone. Yes.
John Paul on the phone.
Put him on. John, what's on your mind?
You, beautiful. And a friendly chat over lunch or dinner?
Well, I'd love to, except my calendar is all filled up.
So's mine, sweetie. That noise you just heard? That's my calendar being cleared.
Tomorrow night.
Tonight.
Tonight. My place. 8-ish. We'll have cocktails.
I'll bring along a bottle. Something light and charming.
That'll be nice. John, for our little chat, I think you ought to seriously consider the possibility of a merger between our two agencies. The money will be obscenely good, and you'll still have your crumbs to play around with. See you tonight, darling.
8 sharp. Ciao.
Ciao. Oh, I've got you hanging on the ropes, and there's nothing you can do about it. Darling. Darling, you're early.
Hey, Bill, I always wanted to kiss a guy with a pineapple in each hand.
Stay off the grass.
So what is the very first thing you're going to do once you land?
Wring the tears out of my handkerchief, then I'm going to strip down to the briefest bikini allowed, and I'm going to bake and broil. And where is my drink? Ah, bless you.
You know, the second thing I want you to do is to have a Mai Tai on me. A double Mai Tai.
You got it.
I'll get that.
If it's for me, tell him I'm in the shower. Friends.
Yeah, hello? He's here. Just a minute. William. For you, buddy.
I wonder what she wants.
Come on now.
Thank you.
I'm not so sure about that. It's not Raquel Welch calling.
Hello. Oh, yeah, put him on. Wait, Paul.
Will you be going to the Big Island, Pepper?
Yeah, I'm going to Maui and Kauai and Molokai. I've saved for this for 3 years. I'm going to shoot the works. And I'm going to sun and read and relax.
I just got a call.
Have you ever been to the island of Kamanawan?
Then, Parks, and I would suggest you just look into something a little less comfortable, because he wants to see us right away.
Why didn't you tell him I broke my leg?
Well, then I'd have to tell him that we had to shoot you.
I know it's late, but Homicide has asked for our help.
Captain, I leave for Hawaii in the morning.
I've got a gut feeling about this case, and I want to start moving on as soon as possible. We'll get a lot of flack from the chief and the newspapers if we don't come up with a quick answer.
You mean it wasn't robbery?
No, nothing was taken. And you can forget about prints, the used gloves.
Captain, what's this gut reaction you mentioned?
Well, I think whoever killed Elizabeth Adams had to be somebody she knew. Certainly she's going to look through the viewer in the door before she opens it to make sure it's someone she recognized. And there's our problem. The people Elizabeth Adams would know are influential, well-known in many cases, even famous. So we're going to have to handle this with kid gloves. Not push, but still get the information. Now, Crowley, you'd be in charge of an open investigation, but I think it would be extremely helpful if we could get an inside track to the model world scene, or whatever you want to call it. Pepper?
Yes.
Have you bought clothes for your vacation yet?
Practically a whole new wardrobe. I even bought a new straw hat.
Good. That'll save the department a little money. You can use them when you apply for the modeling job tomorrow. Pepper, you're the best man for the job. Will you do it for me?
Yes, sir.
I'd have to guess New York, right?
No, most of my work was in the San Francisco area.
Well, this is the best portfolio I've seen in months. Great look, great legs, but, excuse me. Jean Paul Agency? Yes. Wait, let me put K on. Casey, can you grab line 3? It's Vimco deodorant. The gal you sent over has flabby elbows. Actually, we're not taking on any new girls at the moment. You know, I'm sorry to have to say that, but on the other hand, Lido Pantyhose, strictly COD. I mean, if you're right, good. If you're not, no reimbursement for the inconvenience. You have to do that with new girls, okay?
All right.
Name?
Pepper. Piper.
Pepper Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers?
Stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum.
Very hip. Good identification. Here, fill in the rest. Here's the photographer's name. He wants you there at 11. Sharp.
Today?
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Pepper Piper. Pepper Piper, San Francisco. Great folio.
Among other things.
Ready? Blast away.
Fabulous. You look gorgeous. Now lick your lips. The dress is divine. You are a major beauty. Woo! Hold it. Great. Great, sweetheart. Hold it. Perfect. Let me focus. Got it. You got it, baby. Nostalgia's in. Give them a little bit of the 50s and you got it made.
Did Liz Adams start this way?
No way, baby. In her day, a bit of stocking was thought of as shocking. Now that's fabulous.
She's not that old.
Liz? Like Methuselah, she lived 900 years too long.
I get the feeling you didn't particularly like her.
Who did?
Why's that?
Because she was trying to be a monopoly, and nobody likes that. Now sit down for a minute and take it easy. Good old Liz is gonna have the biggest funeral this town has seen in years.
How? Nobody liked her.
That's just the point. We're all gonna show up to see if she's really dead. Then we can all rest in peace. Amen. Hey, baby, you really got great legs.
Can't tell the players without a scorecard.
The one in black with the white blouse is Eleanor Pom-Pom Simpson. The one in the black cape is Karen Chi-Chi Hagenson.
Sound like a couple of strippers.
Yeah, they were models when names like Candy and Choo-Choo were in. They worked at the same time Liz Adams did.
Ladies, pardon me. May I speak to you just a second? Could you tell me exactly when the last time was that you three saw each other?
5 years ago, wasn't it, Karen?
Oh, at least closer to 6. It was at our reunion in New York, remember?
Yes. I haven't been down to see Liz since. She was always so busy.
Now, neither of you ladies continued your modeling career after your marriages. Why was that exactly? Well, we were in the business nearly 10 years. The average model only lasts about 5. I think we did our fair share of modeling, wouldn't you say, Eleanor?
Well, yes, although I am considering some offers to... Well, this is no time to discuss trivia. Karen?
Lizzie's waiting. And she never liked to be kept waiting.
Today, we are gathered together here to pay our final respects to a truly great individual, Elizabeth Adams, your friend and mine.
Speak for yourself, Reverend.
What can I say about such a well-known personality when everything has been said?
Not everything, but I can't say it here. Be sacrilegious.
Many of you here today were recipients of her vast generosity. To be
Actually, she was good to me, John.
as she so often put
Really,
it,
she was a real good lady.
need and honor,
Are you stoned?
as quite a few of you here know. To be an old friend, as I was fortunate to be, means my life was richer and happier for having known such a great lady who, with her heavy schedule, always found time to help us here with our charities and benefit programs. There is only one life, and that life is God's life, and it is perfect. And that life right now is Elizabeth Adams' life. She is in complete harmony with the divine spirit of God.
I felt like I couldn't breathe. A little bit. Hang on a little bit further. Here you go. There you go.
I just can't believe this. She didn't deserve to die. And to go like that. Shot. Oh, my God.
Close your eyes and rest. Rest. That's it.
Excuse me. Can I help?
Yes, you certainly can. What's your name?
Pepper.
Pepper, I'm Tony. And yes, you can help me. I warn you, I just may go into shock if you don't join me for dinner tonight.
Seriously, Mr. Mann.
Say, Eleanor? Oh, don't take this seriously. She still calls it swooning. It's quite calculated, I assure you.
Couldn't I get her a glass of water?
Sherry, if that's still her favorite, would bring her around quicker. But I suppose you can't get any wine in here unless you go through proper channels. Hey, she's coming around. Hope you do the same. Come around, that is. You know, I've got a really fun yacht.
I've heard.
So you said no to a yacht?
It was easy.
Well, maybe you should have said yes.
Why?
Because I checked the guy out. Listen to this. Anthony Mann, 55 years of age. Loaded down with real estate money and oil money and money. Married 5 times to date. First wife, Elizabeth Adams.
Say that again?
I didn't stutter, sweetheart. Just married our victim.
Well, he certainly didn't act like a husband at a wife's funeral.
So he probably forgot he was ever married to her. You know, a guy with all those lovely little ladies, it's hard to remember anything.
He bankrolled Liz Incorporated, which probably means he still has a chunk of the action.
I'll check him out.
Yeah. Now, what about Greg Peters, your friendly neighborhood photographer? You know, I hear he hated the lady.
Yeah, well, I'm running a check on him. His alibi is he was at his mother's for a weekly dinner, but we'll see.
Okay. I think I'll work on some of the models.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
You know, as far as I'm concerned right now, the number one suspect, motive-wise, is John Paul.
Okay, why?
According to the scuttlebutt in the industry, he and Liz Adams hated each other worse than kids hate castor oil. I think I'll try to get a line on him from his girlfriend. Did you ever get a name?
Cheryl Bell.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Sergeant Crowley.
Well, you really should have called. I can't expect a girl to always be presentable.
I'm sure you always are, Miss Bell.
Well, almost always. You want some wine or something?
Oh, no, it's a little early for me, thanks.
What was it that you wanted to talk to me about?
I want to talk to you about Liz Adams. You worked for her, didn't you?
Yes. I guess you heard we had a fight when I left.
I heard something about that. Yeah.
That wasn't as bad as it sounds, Sergeant. Lots of models change agencies every day.
You're John Paul's girlfriend, isn't that right?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you something straight on, Miss Bell. Do you know if John Paul had anything at all to do with the murder?
Sergeant, if you're trying to find out where John was the night Liz was killed, he was with me all night.
And Greg Peters called. Said we're sensational posing for the Lido Pantyhose account.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I can't see it myself.
Use your imagination, Mr. Paul. It's sometimes better.
Touché, sweetheart. What would you say to an exclusive contract with me? The John Paul Agency.
I've only been in town a few days.
And you want to shop around?
That's right. I'm in no terrific rush.
You won't find a better offer. And I think we can work out an arrangement for commissions.
What about the Liz Agency?
Dead. At least Liz is. And without Liz, there is no agency. The John Paul Agency is now #1. How about it?
I'll let you know tomorrow. Okay?
Dinner tomorrow night?
Dinner?
I'll cook it myself. Actually, I'm an excellent cook. Have you ever had Long Island duckling with tangerines?
No, but I think I'm going to.
And why don't you come informal? Barry.
John,
Don't you ever knock?
I'd like to talk to you. Alone. I'm leaving. What time tomorrow night, John?
10. Majorca has spoiled me for early dining.
Isn't that the way? Goodbye. Tomorrow night? You're having dinner with her tomorrow night?
Strictly business, baby. Can you believe anyone that looks like that, an advertising executive? Could mean a big account for us.
What's her name?
Mrs. Piper.
Mrs.?
Mrs. A very happily married Mrs. You know, the first thing she walked in and showed me a picture of her husband. Better looking than me, if you can believe.
What agency is she with?
Oh, I don't know, a new one, some kind of a French name. And you know me and French. I'll find out for you and you can check it out if you want, all right? Hey, come on, baby, it's strictly business. Strictly business.
When will the agency be opening again?
Well, tomorrow, hopefully.
What time?
You're not one of our girls.
No, but
She should be, Bernie, most definitely.
Good morning, Mr. Mann. Good to see you.
Miss Pepper Piper, right?
Right.
Well, it's an unforgettable name. Also an unforgettable face. How about lunch? On dry land. Now, you can't refuse me twice.
Well,
Good. That smile says yes. I couldn't take a frown for an answer. Not this time, anyway.
Come in, Miss Pepper, please.
Thank you.
Would you mind waiting in the reception room for just a minute while I talk over a little business with Bernie?
Of course not.
We'll use Elizabeth's office.
Sure.
Don't go away. This won't take long.
You can't.
Oh, but I can. I am. See, my agreement with Liz was quite simple. Whoever survived got the business. I survived.
Over the years, only because she promised that I would take over the business.
You're forgetting, Bernie, that she did not retire. She died. She was murdered. Do I have to spell it out for you? All right. I will. The business belongs to me.
Sure, but you'll need help.
No, Bernie. This, I want to run my way. Why, it's the dream of every red-blooded American boy to own his very own modeling agency.
filled with the world's most gorgeous women? That's a job that I want to handle alone. Take your time packing. We won't be reopening for several days.
She was really beautiful.
A magnificent first wife. Ready for lunch? I know this terrific new little crepe just down the street.
Sounds delicious.
I think you'll like it.
It's a great motive for murder. I might even be tempted myself.
Well, it's kind of tough for me with all those lovely ladies being a celibate.
What'd you gonna have, a hamburger, Pepper?
Oh, after all those crepes, Tony made me try about 20 different kinds.
Tony?
Oh, we're getting kind of chummy with our suspects, huh, Bill?
Pete, he is not a suspect. His yacht, with him aboard, was on its way up from Baja at the time of the murder, and the Coast Guard has it on record.
I'll pick up her car.
No, I'll get it.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
209. You only change, man. You got 9 cents?
Old guy bought a house that way, Bill.
Mind taking care of? Oh, thanks, William.
Pepper, you saw Eleanor Simpson's and John Paul's names on Liz Adams' incoming telephone calls, right?
Yes.
Well, that means both of them must have talked to her the day she was murdered. Wonder why.
I don't know. Eleanor Simpson's call came from San Francisco. It seems they talked from time to time. I checked it out. Girl talk, probably.
How'd you check it out?
I called San Francisco, talked to the maid.
Why'd you talk to the maid? Why didn't you talk to her?
She said the lady of the house has left for her cabin near Vancouver, and she left right after the funeral. Maybe I can find out why John Paul called her that day. I'm seeing him for dinner tonight at 10.
Maybe you won't have to keep that date. I just may run interference for you.
Are you sure? I know what they say about being on duty, but...
No, thanks. I'm fine. I'm sure.
Frankly, I was surprised and a bit nervous when you called and asked to see me. Am I under any kind of suspicion?
Mr. Paul, a lot of people are under suspicion, under proven innocent. I'd just like to clear up a confusing point right now. When was the last time you talked to Liz Adams?
Obviously, Sergeant, you're not familiar with the modeling business. You see, Liz Adams and I were not exactly what you'd call on speaking terms. It's been maybe 2 or 3 years since we've talked.
I've got to assume that when you called her on the day of the murder, you didn't talk to her. Your incoming call was logged.
It was a major goof in my devious scheme to cover my tracks. That was and is the only time I've talked to her, and it was only for a moment.
What'd you talk about?
It was about a mutual client. The call was on impulse. Stupid impulse.
This mutual client would have been Cheryl Bell, by any chance? We understand that she left Liz's agency to sign up with you.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it was about Cheryl.
And?
Well, Sergeant, that's a little personal. Must I go into details?
Miss Bell's already told me that she was with you the night of the murder.
And you don't believe her?
Mr. Paul, in a murder investigation, look, I mean, you take everything with a grain of salt. No, right now, I have no reason for not believing her. Or you. Thank you very much for your time.
Liz Incorporated.
Who in the hell saw that incoming calls log?
I don't know, Mr. Paul. I tore out the page the minute I came in this morning.
Someone saw it before that. Now, who was in the office?
Only Bernie and Mr. Mann that I know of. And some model, new one. Pepper Piper.
Yeah, she was here too.
Okay, I've reloaded. I've got one more roll. The wind machine's on. The bikini looks sensational. Honey, you look so gorgeous. Let me just get this. Oh, come on. You look so beautiful. Now, just hold it. Gorge. That's right. Major career for you. Sweetheart, one more angle. You are going to love this. I promise you a cover. It is so fabulous. Wait a minute. Let me just get this. That's it. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Got it. Now, why don't you get out of those things? I know you must be freezing.
Oh, you must have shot 200 today. Why don't you just use a movie camera?
Oh, hey, is my little Cheryl in a snit? What's your beef? Now, don't tell me it couldn't be that new girl in town, could it? The Lido pantyhose model, perhaps?
All right, what's our little secret? Just between us. Oh, come on, Greg. You're dying to tell me, so tell me.
Okay. Did John sign Pepper Piper? I know he was interested in her a lot.
Oh, really? Well, for your information, Mrs. Piper just happens to be an advertising executive.
Those legs I photographed? An advertising lady executive? Oh, baby, come on.
You lied to me.
A pale beige fib, there's a difference.
Is there? And what about Liz? Were you lying about that, too? John, where were you the night the police think you were with me?
I was with you, you know that. What's the matter with you?
Not when she was killed, not then, and there's nothing the matter with me.
Okay, okay. Harper Gal is not an advertising executive. But I don't think she's a model either. She's been snooping around Liz's place. Could be a undercover type.
A cop?
That's what I'm gonna find out tonight.
You mean you're keeping your dinner date? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Oh, that's just great. What's on for the evening? Duckling with passion fruit?
Cheryl, I could be saving your hide. She could be trying to get to you through me. It could have nothing to do with Liz. Now, love, come on, baby. You gotta trust me. Don't do anything foolish, huh? Okay. It's okay, baby.
Crowley, yeah.
All I'm saying is that John Paul knows that a certain blonde is not an advertising executive or a model. And she's real smart. She won't go over there to see him tonight. Am I coming through clear, Crowley?
Hello? Hello? Hey, Pete. Where's Pepper? Pepper.
Something's up.
Something's off. Your candlelit dinner.
What's going on?
I just got a call from his girlfriend. At least it sounded like her. She says they both know that you're not a model.
I didn't blow my cover.
You either blew it or it's a very good guess.
But I couldn't have.
Yeah, well, whatever. You just call him and tell him you got this headache.
Bill,
Yeah?
let me run with what we got. Let me do my thing.
What are you doing here?
I'm sorry, John. I really am. I'm really sorry.
About what?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
You're stoned again.
No, I'm not really.
You promised me you're off of that stuff. What stupid thing did you do this time,
Nothing.
Cheryl?
I didn't.
Tell me!
I told that Sergeant Crowley not to let that blonde come here tonight.
What else did you tell him? That I was dangerous? That I was a killer? That I was a doper like you?
I did. Ah! I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean to.
Mr. Paul? Hope this isn't a bad time for you.
No, come on in, Sergeant.
Oh. I guess it is a bad time for you.
Look, Crawley, you don't have to play cozy with me. You know that Pepper, whatever her real name, is coming in for dinner tonight.
I do? You tell me.
You want me to tell you that I killed Liz Adams? Is that what you want me to say?
Did you?
Come on.
Tell me something, Mr. Paul. You get your kicks slapping women around, things like that?
Cheryl?
Sergeant Crowley?
Miss Bell?
Did I hurt you, baby? Our cop friend apparently was listening outside the door.
Why'd you phone me, Miss Bell? You seemed pretty concerned about my partner at the time. Yeah, that's right, my partner. Her name's Sergeant Anderson. She's trying to find out who murdered Liz Adams.
Well, it wasn't John. He was with me all night. Now, I'll swear to that on a stack of Bibles. He was here with me.
You want her to swear to that on just one Bible? In court?
I was at Liz's home that night,
John!
but I didn't see her.
Why'd you go there?
The call from Liz that day? We made arrangements to meet for drinks at her place at 8. Just the two of us. Got there, the house was dark. I rang the doorbell anyway, but nobody answered. Then I came home.
And I was here. And we were together all night. I mean, the rest of the night.
I'm gonna have to ask you to come down to headquarters with me and repeat those statements.
Why?
It's all right, baby. It's gonna be all right.
Might as well wait for Sergeant Anderson. What time she do?
Well, she said she'd be delayed, but she should have been here by now.
What does that mean?
She phoned earlier and said she'd be half an hour or so late.
Did she tell you why?
It was about the newspaper item. You know, the gossip column in the Daily Herald.
No, I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
It was about spotting Pom Pom. That's Eleanor Simpson. Walking down Wildwood Avenue alone. Dark glasses, her collar up. Like Garbo taking one of her strolls.
Is Eleanor Simpson still in town?
One of my friends saw her at her hotel yesterday.
What hotel?
Chateau Dinard.
Who is it?
Pepper Anderson.
Who?
I'm a friend of Tony Mann's. I'd like to talk to you. May I come in?
Yes.
Thank you.
You were in the chapel.
Yes.
One of Liz's girls.
I was in the chapel, but I'm a policewoman.
What is it that I can do for you?
I'd like to ask you a few questions that might help us with our investigation.
Of course. Would you like a drink?
Oh, no. Why are you here, Miss Simpson?
I don't understand the question.
Well, I called you, and your housekeeper said that you'd left for Canada.
Oh, yes. That's exactly what I told her to say.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to be bothered by anyone. You see, I've been feeling rather ill since the services for Liz, and I just want to be by myself. No traveling, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm feeling a little better now.
So now you'll be leaving?
Yes. There's a midnight flight to San Francisco. I'll be on it.
There was a notation in Liz Adams' office for her to call you on the day she was murdered. Did she?
Yes.
Did she give any indication that she felt threatened by anyone, by anything?
No. She was, she sounded like Liz. She was perfectly happy, content, confident. Liz. I'm really sorry. I mean, I just don't think I can be very much help.
Are you all right?
No, that's all right. I'm still really not feeling all that well. I have a terrible headache. One of those awful migraines. My pills, I know I packed them, but where? Oh, yes. What did you say your name was?
Sergeant Anderson.
Well, Sergeant, I assume that you carry one of these in your purse. So I would suggest that you put it down. Put it down!
Why did you fly down here and kill her with that after you talked on the phone? What did she say?
She asked me how her favorite closet drunk was doing with the booze. She was always very direct, Liz was. And I said I'd been cutting down. And she said, well, that's wonderful, darling. But I hear you want to go back to work again, and I have just the thing for you. It shoots here tomorrow, she said, so why don't you come on down tonight? And I said, anything for you, Liz. And then I asked her about the job. It was a wrinkle cream ad. Before and after. All you have to do is show yourself twice. Once like it is, darling, and then we'll airbrush the hell out of you. She was telling me that I was old. She wanted to humiliate me in front of the whole world by showing that I was old. And old means ugly. And I am not.
You are still very beautiful, but you're not well. You've been drinking.
You just sit right back down. Don't you move.
If you don't give me your gun, I can't get you any help.
Where? In prison? A sanitarium? Oh, no, I can just hear them all in places like that. Screaming and... Look at her. Look at her. She's old. Ugly and old.
You're not. No, you're not. Look. Look in that mirror. Look at yourself. Look inside. You are beautiful. Look. Look at yourself. Look inside yourself. You're a beautiful woman. She was wrong. You see? You are beautiful. You are. We have to go now.
Pepper, we're gonna be in serious trouble if you don't step on it.
We'll make it. We'll make it.
You ready?
Just about.
Huh? What's the matter?
I'm tired. It took me 4 hours to make out that report last night. I'm gonna need Hawaii after her. Hey, why don't you spring me for an extra week? You can do it.
Only if I can join you for the last 2.
I'm booked for a single room, and I'll be flitting from island to island.
Well, maybe I'll come over and flit with you.
Who would water my plants?
I'll get a long hose. Come on. We'll talk about it on the way to the airport.
Oh, yeah, we better go. Oh.
You want me to get there?
No.
You sure?
Okay. Yeah, hello? Oh, no, she left for the airport about 2 hours ago. This is the housekeeper. She said something about never coming back, but I think she was joking. Who? Yeah? Captain Parks? Yeah? Oh, yeah, the same to you.
It's a truck.
All right, you do? You be dinner in that beef that's in the truck.
You couldn't hit the side of a barn without...
Come, ready? Come on.
I already bought a load of beef from them. And quite frankly, the price was right.
So right that it might have been stolen?
So right that with these people, you don't ask questions.
You don't want to cooperate with us, do you?
Police officers, get him up there where I can see him. Come on, let's go. Get him up.
Hey, come on.
Good evening, Mr. Markham. You remember me, don't you?
Thorne, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
How did you get in here?
Your back door was unlocked.
No, it wasn't.
There's no need for us to argue, Mr. M. This is just a visit.
If you've come to collect, you're wasting your time. I told your boss yesterday. I can't even meet the interest payment this month.
Business is lousy, huh?
Terrible. Take a look yourself.
No need to do that. I'm the bearer of good news.
I'm not borrowing any more money. Not from you people.
Who from, then? Let me ask you a question. What's your most expensive item after help?
Beef.
Figure 2,000, 3,000 pounds of beef per month, right?
That's close enough. Why?
Well, I told you I had good news. We can arrange for you to buy all the beef you want. At $1 a pound.
Come on, man, that's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. Think about it, Mr. Markham.
Where's this beef coming from?
From my people. Where else? We have many interests, Mr. M. You know that.
Well, it's a proposition worth considering. I've got to admit that.
Good. You figure out how much beef you can use, then you give me a call. Figure 3 or 4 days for delivery. Right, Mr. M? Nice talking to you, Mr. M.
Ellen, is the commissioner still awake? This is Al Markham. Thank you. Stewart, I'm sorry to bother you at home and at this hour, but this is important. I've just been offered some stolen beef. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, certainly it can wait until you get to your office. I'll see you then.
Hey, look, Al Marham's car is still in the parking lot. Come on, we better check it out.
Come on, Pepper, you've been in there before.
Too many times. But Al Markham, one of the nicest people anybody could ever meet.
Yes, he was.
Decent, honest.
Well, as far as we know, he was honest, yeah. Pepper, That was an execution in there. That was no hit and run. That was no accident.
He's closed down twice in the past 3 years. Everybody knows he was, had heavy financial problems, but don't you think he might have tried to save it with a big loan?
He could have gotten mixed up with a loan shark, sure. But I tell you something. Al had a lot of assets. I think they would have made a strong effort to collect before they'd have killed him. I mean, they just don't work that way. No, there's more to it than that.
Yeah. It's got to be the stolen beef.
Well, you can interview the commissioner, and I want a verbatim report on the content of Markham's telephone call. A couple of bank loans he was making payments on. A lot of red ink. I tell you, if he was in debt to anybody else, he sure didn't write it down anyplace. What about you, Pete? Did you find anything in last year's stuff?
Well, I don't need to be an accountant to figure this one out. What comes in here goes out here.
Well, this is interesting. The phone's not working.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi. Ray? How are you?
Okay, I guess.
I'm sorry about Al.
He was a good man. The best. Took me right out of college and gave me my first break.
How's his wife doing?
She's in pretty bad shape. Can't quite believe it. But she was not involved in the business, Bill.
I've already told Pepper that if Al had any mob connections, I didn't know about them.
I've been going through those books, Ray. Business wasn't good.
Don't I know? Had to lay people off, close a few of the restaurants for lunch, things like that. But we've had bad times before. It's always come through.
Who's going to be in charge, yeah?
Mrs. Markham asked me to take over. For the time being, at least. I'll do the best I can. Look, if there's nothing else, I've got quite a lot to do. Funeral arrangements and telephoning relatives.
Sure, go ahead. Listen, if we got any questions, we'll get in touch. We'll phone you.
I want you to. Be in touch.
Thanks, Ray. Nothing?
Not yet.
Take a look at this.
What do you got, Joe?
Wire got hooked over the cradle, wouldn't release it.
A bug?
Yeah. This wouldn't be the work of the feds. I'd use a lease line. No, this looks more like something a private investigator would do.
Yeah, but who would have hired him?
Well, whoever was monitoring this thing sure knew about the phone call to the commissioner.
Slide it over.
Hey.
I see you all met with huge success. Hi, Pepper. How about a beer? Yeah, thanks.
I tell you, whoever backed Markham's loans playing it very close to the chest. We talked to little Jimmy. Now, Jimmy knows every loan shark in this town. Not a word about Markham.
Yeah, maybe that's not the answer.
No, it's the answer. We just haven't come up with the right combination.
Here, I'll take it. Thank you.
What about beef? Isn't that what part of this is all about?
I checked through R&I. Locally, there hasn't been a theft or a hijacking in the last 3 months.
And Bill checked with CII, and he came up with something pretty interesting.
Strangely enough, there's been an upsurge in cattle rustling, especially in Central California.
Really?
Yeah. Anybody here know anything about cattle rustling?
You're not going to believe this.
You're kidding.
Back in Montana?
No, Wyoming. You rustle cattle, right?
I can at least tell you how it was when I was a kid.
But it's got to be a little bit different now, Pep.
Just a little?
Well, it is. Wyoming became a state.
Thanks a lot.
No, I understand today that they rustle, slaughter, dress, and package all in 24 hours.
I do know somebody. Yeah, an old hand in the cattle business. Yeah, he'd know. I could drive up tonight.
Why don't you?
Hey, Pepper, honey! How are you, baby? How are you?
Oh, great, just great. It's so good to see you, so good. Ooh.
Look at her, isn't she beautiful? They tell you that down at Wicked City?
Only the wicked ones like you.
I'll bet.
How's Aunt Helen? I sensed on the phone she wasn't too good.
No, she's not too bad, not too bad. She's just dying to see you. She's been on pins and needles since you phoned. Oh, and watch the tiles now. We're trying to fix this old barn up. We're not getting any help from the landlord, you know, so really watch yourself now, okay? Now I'll come back and I'll get your bags later. Now watch your step.
Okay. You look great.
Yeah, I feel good.
Oh. Oh, Uncle Ben, it's charming.
Well, you can thank your Aunt Helen for that.
Oh, it's just... Pepper. Aunt Helen.
Dear Pepper. Oh, it's so sweet of you to come.
Oh, you look wonderful, beautiful.
Now, you two have a nice visit. I'll go get your bag.
Now, you stop that nonsense about me looking so wonderful. I look awful, and you know it. But I feel better than I look, thank goodness. And that's something.
You know, I don't believe what I smell.
You better believe.
Where is it?
In the kitchen, cooling on the cupboard.
Oh, Helen.
The bluest and the juiciest. I remember a little girl once in Wyoming who used to eat blueberry pies till she got the worst tummy ache imaginable.
They were worth it. Oh, Helen.
Wait a minute, Ray. A toast to our new and profitable association.
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to anything.
Well, Ray, since you're here, I assume you're interested in my proposition.
That's correct, Mr. Galloway.
Willie, sit down.
Willie.
Well, how many £1,000 to start?
2?
That's not even a dozen head. I'd suggest 3.
Okay. £3,000. Dressed. Where do I sign?
Nah, your handshake's good enough for me. I'll be in touch.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Willie. Good night.
Night. Monk, take Mr. Roberts back to his restaurant, huh?
Oh, yeah, Galloway. Yeah, 17, 18 head. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Say, you know, Pepper, you rode that horse real good for a police sergeant.
Well, look who taught me.
Well, that's true enough. He was such a funny little thing. All the skin and bones and eyes. And stubborn.
Determination, Uncle Ben.
Well, I guess that's the word for it out of the book. You'd fall off 5 or 6 times, climb right back on again. Tears streaming down your eye and cussing. Never heard a little girl with words like that. Wonder where you learned them.
Well, I could tell you that, too, if you really want to know.
Well, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
You know. But, you know, it was real fun today, just riding for the hell of it. Haven't done that in a long time. You know, riding alone isn't much fun.
How sick is Aunt Helen? I mean, she looks so pale. At dinner, she only said that she had this kidney thing.
Well, now, you know, she'd raised the roof. She knew I was talking about it. But I got to tell somebody, Pepper. You know, she lost that kidney last year.
Hmm?
Well, the one she's got left ain't working so good, and I got to take her down to the hospital once a week. They put her on that machine.
Dialysis?
Yeah, that's it.
That's expensive.
Yeah, and you know, we don't have any insurance to speak of, so I sold that spread we had in Nevada and we moved here. And there's a little work here and there for an old cowhand, so between that and the money from the place, we get by. Now, don't you look so sad-eyed. Glad to get it off my chest. I feel better. Now, tell me about you. I mean, about your life. What's happening?
Well, I'm still single, if that's what you're wondering.
That's what I mean. Now, look. I promised you a little shooting, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a little shooting. I mean, after that boasting you were doing last night about being in the top 20 of the police department.
That wasn't boasting. It's just a fact.
Oh, I see. Well, what'll it be? Cans or bottles?
Bottles.
Hey, what do you call that? You didn't learn that from me. You couldn't hit the side of a barn without...
Come, ready?
Well,
come on.
What? Maybe I ought to try that, huh?
Yeah, here, let me show you. What you...
Oh, come on. Hey.
That was great. Uncle Ben.
Yeah?
With Helen feeling like she was, I didn't want to sit around talking about rustling at dinner, but I need your help, mainly your expertise.
Well, sure, Pepper, but why?
Well, I'm working on a case right now, and our only lead is stolen beef. Now, the crime reports indicate that it's probably cattle rustling. How would a person go about moving stolen cattle these days and not get caught?
Well, now, it seems to me a fella'd find a real big spread, you know, someplace where they run 20, 25,000 head. That way, a couple of dozen wouldn't be missed right away.
Mm-hmm. Well, then where would he go with them? You can't drive a bunch of cattle down the middle of the highway, broad daylight, or at night for that matter.
No. Well, I heard tell a couple of different ways. One way is you put a couple of head in a padded van and you drive it to a secret slaughterhouse. You dress the meat out. You get rid of the hides right away because of the brands. Then you transfer the meat to a refrigerator truck. That's about it.
Sure. Of course. It's very simple. The meat goes to a packing house in some city.
I reckon. What do you do then?
You sell it to whoever uses a lot of beef, like a chain of restaurants, for instance, or a lot of markets.
Is that it? Of course, that'd be kind of a hard operation to track down with all those meat packing houses you got down in your city.
It's a starting point, though.
Yeah. Well, it's getting on to about 3. Better put those horses away and get up to the house. I gotta take Helen down to the hospital this afternoon.
Yeah, I'd best be getting to.
You'll be coming back real soon now, you hear?
First chance I get, really.
I sure love to see you. And I want to meet this Crowley you keep talking about.
You'll like him.
Get up there. Hey. Come on, get in that truck. Hey, come on, Roger. Hey, cattle. Hey, cattle. Let's go. Here.
Hold it, Maxwell.
What the hell's the matter with you, Fletcher? How do you don't even see us?
He didn't even turn his head.
Listen, I know my job, and I'm gonna do it.
You don't have a job. Not with me. Not ever.
Come on.
Here's your money. Get lost.
Help.
And that's it. The meat packer's the middleman, and he sells the beef to whoever wants to buy it. Cut rate, of course. He doesn't even have to be a packer. Probably isn't. All he has to have is a packing house to store the meat in. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, where do I start? The California Cattlemen's Association sent me 10 pages of wholesale meat distributors.
Why don't you start at the top of page 1? Here, Joe, catch. You found it. Now, what I want to know is who manufactured it and who purchased it.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a lot of fun. You know there's no name brand on this thing.
That's why you're going to take it down to the sound lab, and they're going to dismantle it, and then they're going to tell you who manufactured it.
Yeah, okay. All right, little fella. Let's go look into your past life and see what we can come up with.
Well, at the risk of getting a bum and steer, I think I'm going to check this list and see if anything's changed hands.
Uncle Ben said that rustlers would probably hit the large ranches where a few missing head of cattle wouldn't be noticed, but I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Well, with the price of beef what it is, I think most ranchers would know exactly how many steers they had.
Sure, they probably go out and count them every few days. Who do you report it to if you come up short of steers?
I'll call CII and have them check out Bakersfield and Fresno.
Yeah, why don't you do that? As soon as you make a fresh pot of coffee.
Why do I always have to make the coffee?
Because you're here.
Thank you, Willie.
It's a pleasure, Ben. You and your men do nice work. So you canned Dolly Maxwell, huh?
He thinks he's Billy the Kid.
So you made an enemy. Better watch your back.
Hey, now that's real smooth. How about another little dollop?
Sure. How's the missus?
Oh, she's fine. She's fine. This is gonna help.
Yeah, well, we got a real good customer now, Ben. I'll need another shipment from you in a week or 10 days, and after that, more, probably on a regular basis. How's that sound to you?
Anything you say, can I use your phone?
Sure, go ahead. You want a little head on it?
No, man. You know, as long as I'm in town, invite somebody to dinner. Yeah, hello, I'd like to speak to Pepper Anderson, please. That's all right, I'll wait.
Hey, how much longer is this gonna take?
It's gonna take a while. Look, 3,000 pounds is a lot of meat. Just relax, Roberts.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but there's still a couple cops in the place.
Cops?
Yeah, don't worry, they're friends of mine. They come here all the time.
Well, you can say what you want about Elephant having the best memory, but don't compare with the Bronc. Hard-nosed, he was called, and rightly so. He knew me. That's a fact. And he hated me. Woo! First time I was up, I rode him right to a stop. Nobody'd ever done that before. I think I hurt his pride. So ever after that, no matter what the rodeo was, Madison Square Garden, Pendulum, when I'd go walking by the stalls, he'd start hollering bloody murder. He was cursing at me, that's a fact, and threatening. And I was hoping to draw him again, you know, for another bronc busting contest. Year after year, it just never worked. Never worked.
Folks, a little more coffee or some brandy?
Oh, no thanks.
Oh, say, I'm sorry, Ray. I got talking here. I didn't realize how late it was.
Don't worry about it, Ben. You folks just stay and talk as long as you like. I got some paperwork to catch up on in the back, so if you need anything, just yell.
Thanks, Ray.
I'll just leave these here.
Sorry. You know, hey, guys, you know, it's 2 o'clock. Ben, I'm a working man.
Can't we just stay till... Let's hear the rest of the story, okay?
Well, anyhow, I was pretty busted up by then, you know, and I figured to quit rodeos altogether, you know. But there was one big one still at Madison Square Garden. You know, I got second in calf roping. I wasn't even expecting that. So I was walking out, going by the stalls, and I hear this big scream. That's right. It was old Hard-Nose. Of course, he was pretty old by then. Must have been about 15, you know. Just a workhorse, wasn't buck horse anymore. Kind of broken up just like your old Uncle Ben. So, anyway, I got up on him. And I'm sitting there in his old sway back. He could hardly move, let alone buck. But he tried. You know what I done? You know what I done? I fell right off him. Well, you never saw a happier horse in all your life. He just laughed. He laughed. Yeah. So I bought him. I bought old Hard-Nose and I took him back to my place. And we kind of hung around together all the time then. Till he died.
You know, you're a sentimental old cowboy. That's what you are.
We got lucky. The bug was purchased 3 or 4 years ago by a company that was obviously a front. Pacific West Security Systems. I went to the address, found out he'd been out of business a year and a half.
That's Lucky?
Recognize him?
He looks familiar. Refresh my memory.
Refresh his memory, Pete.
Well, you should remember him. You busted him yourself about 5 years ago.
Sure, William Galloway. He was the middleman in that big hijacking ring, right?
You got it.
Only he took a walk because none of his Confederates would testify against him. This is the bug, huh?
He was Pacific West Security. Intelligence says it was a front for a loan sharking operation.
Don't tell me. Pacific West Security is now Pacific West Meatpackers.
You got it.
This is harassment, Crowley, and you know it.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Galloway.
I'm sure you are. I told you before I don't know anything about how Al Markham died.
I'm easy to convince. All you got to do is just give me permission to come in and have a look around.
Get out of here. Go on, get out. You want to look around, get a search warrant.
You know something, friend? I'm going to get you one day. I mean, one day you're going to make a little mistake, and I'm going to be right there.
That's threatening and intimidating, Lieutenant. There are laws against that, you know?
Yeah, well, when you get the State Bar Association to reinstate you, then I'll let you tell me about it. In the meantime, it's Sergeant.
Still? After all these years on the force. How about that?
Can you imagine those turkeys coming in here without a search warrant?
Well, Willie, maybe you better get out of the meat business for a while. What do you think?
Are you crazy? I never saw so much money in an operation. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think we're smart enough to stay ahead of Crowley and the rest of those stumblebums.
Yeah, where we have trouble, though, is Ollie Maxwell.
What do you mean?
Well, he went into business on his own. Between he and Ben Fletcher working both sides of the street. It's bound to bring heat.
Just suppose we get the two of them together one more time.
And?
May the better man emerge victorious. I think that's the expression.
commissioner read your follow-up report. He thinks it's Galloway, too. He wants us to put a surveillance on him.
He's not gonna be moving now.
Why don't you tell the commissioner?
Ray Roberts. He buys a lot of beef. So why don't we get him to buy from Galloway?
Sure, so why not?
Just get off my back.
No, I can't.
Pepper, you don't realize what you're asking
Yes,
me to do.
I do. I know it's tough, but we think Galloway had Al Markham murdered.
Well, what can I do about it?
You can help us. Ray, what we figure is Galloway was pressuring Al Markham into buying stolen beef. We want you to spread the word that you're interested in the same kind of deal.
I already bought a load of beef from them.
How did that come about?
Galloway came in here and told me he and Al had a prior deal. And quite frankly, the price was right.
So right that it might have been stolen?
So right that with these people, you don't ask questions.
You don't want to cooperate with us, do you?
You really think Galloway had Al killed?
I think we'd like to find out.
You'll have to do it without my help, Pepper. I've got a wife and a baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Ben. It's me, Willie. We got trouble.
What kind?
Your old friend, Ollie Maxwell. He rustled a truckload of beef.
And that figures. So what?
So what? So what? It was 50 head. Besides, he's an amateur. He'll get caught. He'll turn over on us in a flat minute. You want to spend 10 years in jail for cattle rustling?
Hey, you know, I just might have a notion.
Yeah? About what?
Well, I know where Maxwell's going first. Might be I could discourage him.
Somebody has to, Ben. We both know that. Now, about that meat.
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it, Willie.
I knew I could count on you, Ben.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Well, young lady.
I know. I'm supposed to be sleeping. Doctors. Can't get enough rest in your condition, Miss Fletcher. Now, you gotta understand that. There's only one trouble with all that rest. You know, Ben?
What's that?
Gets to be real tiring. And I don't get to see enough of you as I do when my eyes are not shut. So I miss you that much more.
Now, darling, I see as much as I can.
Don't I know that? There's no husband better than you, Ben Fletcher.
Hey, I wasn't fishing for any compliments.
Happens to be the truth. It also happens that I'm the luckiest woman I've ever known. And don't tell me you don't like a sweet word in your ear.
Hey, I'd like another one of those.
Okay.
Okay. For now.
Who was that on the phone?
Business.
Serious business?
Do I look serious?
You did. A little when I came in.
Routine. Hey, darling, what's the matter?
I was just thinking how there's nothing routine in all those medical bills you've been paying for the last year.
Come on now, I told you. I don't want to hear any more talk about that. You understand?
Dear Pepper. These must have cost her a fortune.
Still the same beautiful, good girl, hmm?
I don't know when I've had a better time in years. All those stories about her cases, 3 men she works with. And she said something about you. Something I thought that I was the only one who saw in you.
I'm getting better looking every year.
It was a lot deeper than that, Ben. She said he gets to be even more of a real man. Kinder, more tender. More loving.
Hey, it's getting about that time. What do you say we go in the bedroom and both of us get some of that famous rest of yours, huh? Hmm? Easy now. You know you're gonna get us all busted. I was just looking in that truck of yours. There ain't a rancher in the whole state ain't gonna miss 50 head.
Don't jump to conclusions, Fletcher. I got that from 5 different spreads.
All right, 50 head in the same county. You know, Galloway was right about you. You're an amateur. When you put that thing down, I'm gonna take your truck.
Like hell you are.
Hello, Helen. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I wish I were. No, I gotta go south instead. Yeah. Well, there's been some big changes. Well, I don't want to talk business with you. I mean, that's just a bore, you know. Hey, how do you feel? Good, real good. No. Maybe I'm catching a little cold, you know, my throat's a little sore. But I'm fine, I'm all right. Yeah. Well, I guess I better be getting along now. Say, Helen, something I want to say first. I love you, Helen. With all my heart. I love you. Sure. I'll say it word for word when I get home. Now, did you ever know when I didn't keep a promise? Now, don't you start that now. I love you, Helen. I'll see you. Yeah, real soon.
Right, okay, we'll have the suspect in custody for you. Call you later. That was Gaynor from the Fresno Sheriff's Office. Well, they found the body. A guy named Dolly Maxwell, general cowhand in that area for years. So, what's next? I think this whole thing's gonna come together in the next couple hours.
Does Pepper know?
No. And I don't want to be the one to tell her.
Who's your buyer?
Small-time hood out of San Diego, runs a string of restaurants. He's gonna take it.
What'd you do with Maxwell?
Buried him. You want that beef at Markham's restaurant tonight after 2, right?
That's right. He looks at the beef, we get our bucks, and he's on his way back to San Diego.
Whatever you guys want.
Y52 to 12Y90. Ben just arrived with the meat truck. Looks like things are just about ready to go down.
Roger, 90. Pepper and I are en route. Let's go.
Fresno said he was killed with a .45 caliber revolver.
That's right. They got an investigator who'll be down tomorrow to take him into custody.
Damn. If we were going any other place in the world.
Ben, what the hell's going on here tonight?
I don't get you.
Galloway's out there with a couple of heavy-looking dudes from San Diego or someplace. Look, I never bargained for anything like this.
Customers all gone?
Yeah?
You and the hell get out of here. Keep that back door unlocked.
Ben, what's going on?
Good night. Park that back.
Oh, Duran, this is Ben Fletcher, our supplier. There you go, Ben. As usual, cash on delivery.
Cowboy, you got good taste in beef. Sit down, join us.
No, thanks. I'll go over there and pour myself a drink. As soon as you check out the delivery, I'll get...
You ready to show?
Yeah, at his pleasure.
Go have a look-see.
It's out back. Be quick now. We don't want us sitting around.
$12.50. They're in the truck now.
50. Yeah, we've seen them. You take the truck. We'll take the inside.
Got it.
Hold it right there, please. Put your hands up. Put them up. Put against the truck.
All right, if you do, you'll be deader than that beef that's in the truck. Get on down. Come on.
Police officers, get your hands on the table. Get them up there where I can see them. Come on, let's go. Get them up. Hey, no, it's okay. We're not armed. Hey, come on, easy. Easy, we haven't got...
Ben! Ben!
Hey, Pepper. I'm sorry. I let you down.
No, you didn't. We wouldn't have been here if you hadn't called the police. What happened with Maxwell?
Yeah. Oh, it was him and me.
Oh. Come on, Ben. Ben, come on. Come on. It took a lot of courage to do that.
Calling an ambulance. Hang in there, Ben.
Ambulance. I ain't gonna need one of those. Now, Pepper, you listen to me. When I was a little kid, it was the worst thing in the world a man could do to steal somebody else's cattle. But when my wife My Helen, she was sick. And I didn't have any money. I got desperate. Had to do something.
You did what you had to do.
Yeah, but stealing somebody else's cattle. Don't you let her find out about that. Don't you let her. Those insurance papers.
She won't.
That's all she's got.
She won't. She won't find out. I promise you.